Welcome to the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show, sponsored by the Beacon Tap, Signature Transportation Group, Surfside, and now Cut Shot. So, Donnie, it's a little bit different not having our boy Staples.
I know.
Start the show with "We Are
And
Live."
he's the one who wanted to get taken off the intro. That was his claim to fame.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand what's going on in Staples' head. Maybe the fall, and the Staples got into his
the fall,
and now,
and not the season.
He doesn't want to be a part of the softball world anymore.
I know. A disappointing change to our show, but that's okay. We have what I think is going to be one of the best shows in a while tonight, with numerous guests that we have, a surprise guest that we have who is very relevant right now on social media. And I'm excited to.
I want to say it's not the word for him right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, good point. I'm excited to talk ball with these individuals. I know that we've got a couple MVPs, male and female, which is awesome. You are trying to diversify the show a little bit. Thanks to Christine, got over the information, so I'm pumped to be a part of it tonight. Jim, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been it was a rough weekend. I feel like all year long, all I've been doing is taking second place, Donnie. I feel like Bobby Ronald. Maybe I am Bobby Ronald cursed me, maybe, is what it is.
Hey, that Bobby Ronald catches strays in the softball community, but taking second, it's hard, man. These tournaments are long, they're grinds, and when your team's not healthy.
Second, North-South to take second, Westchester, I think we took third.
Those are grinds.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Bobby Ronald, Donnie.
Love Bobby Ronald. That's not a bad thing.
I mean, I look better than Bobby Ronald, but we all know that. But at the same time, I do feel like him. But either way.
You say you're more handsome than Bobby Ronald?
100% I am, yeah. No doubt. He knows it. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, actually, hold on one second.
What's going on here? Uh-oh. Did Jimmy just hit his kid? Yeah. We got Jimmy Show 813 says hi. Luke Gimler says, what's up, fellas? Jimmy, did you just strike one of your children?
I had he was playing our show in his phone, so I was getting the echo, of us talking. But either way, what I wanted to say was gonna have to give that one to Bobby there too. So, hey Nick, come on, buddy, you know better. But what I was gonna say is, for all the viewers watching tonight, I want everyone to hit the share button on their thing, hit the follow button, obviously. The more people we get our show out to, the more people we get it out in the softball community, the more eyes around our game. And that's why we do this. So I definitely want to appreciate all the people joining. I know Donnie tonight, we're going to eclipse, I think, the 200 live, individuals watching us live.
We're already up over 70 people. So from what I see right now, it's going to go. That's awesome. So we appreciate you
everyone watching out there. Please hit the share button on Facebook, share us on TikTok and all those other social media platforms. We definitely appreciate it. So, sorry, JP. You know how it is, buddy. Maybe this should be the new sponsor. What do you think? We should get another sponsor, huh?
Twisted Tea Light, huh? How are those?
They're not bad, actually.
Is that the official drink of the 45s? I know a lot of guys drink Twisted Tea on the 45s.
You know what they've been drinking is that Super Light, it's called.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the new drink. I honestly, I didn't really have money beers over the weekend.
It was
I,
a long
I mean,
weekend.
you got to remember on Saturday at the North South, we were out there for 12 hours,
Yeah.
which really sucked. Played
Yep.
4 games. And then same thing on Saturday or Sunday, we were out there from start to finish too. So it was a long weekend for us.
Yep. Yep.
But
Unfortunately, ours was a little
I mean,
cut
you
short, but
wouldn't, Donnie, you wouldn't know what Sunday looks like.
yeah,
So have you
here it
made it to
comes.
Sunday in a tournament yet?
We did. TOC we did, yes.
That #1 rated player at every position. Man, they haven't even made it to Sunday yet, huh?
We did make it to Sunday at TOC, so
Oh,
we
but
did.
you were eliminated first game on Sunday, right?
No,
Flash beat you guys, or was it second game?
second game.
Second game.
We
Okay.
beat the 38s, but they handled us on Saturday at North South, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sure. Well,
can
really
you
quick, before we get to our, I don't even know because there wasn't really an MVP of the North South, but from what Rieger and the boys said, our guest tonight, Mike Crawford, who's going to be starting the show off, was probably we'd say the MVP of the weekend, if that's correct to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to take anything away from his teammates, but from what I've been told, I believe he was the MVP of the weekend.
Yeah,
right?
so yeah, that's correct. Talking to Chris, nominated Mikey. I mean, what a good human being Mike Crawford is, and you guys will see him when he hops on the show. He's a St. Patrick Shamrock alum and teaches there, so he's got great morals, right? He's well raised, well put together. So
Right.
I love Mike. He's a great dude, and I can't wait for him to come on the show here shortly. But
So from several old timers that no longer play the game, but are currently still watching the game or watch our show, I actually got complaints about the Chucks team. So they were upset that Chucks left on Sunday and didn't finish the tournament. So Donnie, I wanted to ask you before we bring Mike on, what was your thought and what was your opinion? I mean, I know you haven't seen Sunday this week, but what was your opinion on Chucks leaving early to head home due to the weather?
You know, they were playing great softball. I think I was the most disappointed because we didn't get to see them play Whale.
Correct.
With how good Whale was playing and how good Chucks was playing, that was going to be an unbelievable softball game. So that's why I was disappointed, right? But from a standpoint of travel, a 5-hour delay is difficult for them to kind of budget in their travel. And they had a lot of families out there too. I know Drew and Mikey had their families out there. Frank Simon says Craw, Rieger, and Jackson were triple MVP. And then Do Slider says rip Oliver Tree. Jimmy, sad day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so see that the Chucks guys go home early. It was disappointing that we got robbed of the game, but I understand it on their part with getting home super late. And those guys got to work on Monday too. Their bosses don't care that they had a softball tournament.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because I think Chucks was playing fantastic going into the Sunday for sure, obviously. They pretty much beat pretty much everyone pretty handily except for Flash. I think that Chucks offensively, and I know we're going to talk a little bit, possibly get into the top 10 ratings tonight. Maybe
was the MVP.
Yeah, Battistoni, yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, you'd be shocked at where I put Chucks, I think, on the list in the top 10 for major softball right now. So, I think they're kind of the real deal offensively and defensively, call it for what it is. I mean, they're a lot better than what they were.
They've improved a ton defensively.
Yeah.
I think Drew really helps them up the middle. He's great defensively. And everyone kind of, Drew kind of heightens those guys when he's playing. Everybody plays better around him. But yeah, it was disappointing, but you have to understand it, right?
But Whale, it would have been a hell of a game, Whale and Chucks. But I guess we'll probably see it down the road, I'm sure.
Yeah, I could see those two teams being around for multiple tournaments, not only this year, but in the future years as well.
Right. Yeah. So welcome to the show, Big Mick. I know we have a bunch of new people that just jumped on, so I was going to say it one more time before we go ahead and bring our first guest on tonight. Please hit the share button on your Facebook, your TikTok, your YouTube, whatever you're watching. Hit the follow button as well. Please share our page, share our game. This page is for the players. We obviously try to do what we can to promote our game, obviously with tournaments, obviously the show, and then of course streaming across pretty much the entire country when we go places. So, Donnie, I'm ready for our boy Crawford. I have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, let's bring
ask him. So
let's bring Mikey on. Yep,
him?
Gotcha. There he is. There's our guy.
How's it going, boys?
Dude,
what's up, Mike?
Dude, you look like Eminem, man.
I wore the headphones to help out with the mic quality, and now Jimmy's got jokes, I guess.
You're rocking out. Gamer style. That's all I can say. Gamer style.
All right.
Jimmy, I think he looks nice.
So, Crawford, we appreciate you joining the show. We appreciate you watching, obviously, week to week. I know you do. So, Donnie tells me you're a big fan, so thank you for that. But also, I want to say thank you for beating us in the final, actually. So, I was not too thrilled that we lost, as you can imagine. But congratulations. Like I said, I went over and shook your guys' hands afterwards. Whale, you guys played very well. I know Donnie and I were just talking about Chucks, but not to take nothing away from you guys. You guys had a hell of a weekend, too. You guys were hitting the ball over the yard, running all over the place. And, quite frankly, you have 25 guys on that roster. Looks like you have a full football team. So I wish we had that depth, but God bless you guys for that.
We were making that joke about our own football
Crawford,
team.
tell us a little bit about you. Tell us about the field. Tell us about the weekend as well. Go right ahead.
Yeah, so like one of your own teammates mentioned, legacy. I'm a legacy softball player. I grew up going to major softball, Park League softball. I think it's why my mom and my dad play so much, is that we always wanted to go as kids and sit on the bench. So that was kind of a big part of growing up, being a little kid, trying to swing the heavy bat after a game, see if I could make contact. So that's always been something that's been really fun for me. The weekend, though, it was good. Maybe a good test early on against BTA. That was kind of one of those closer games. It seems like every time we have one of these major tournaments the last 2 years, there's some crazy win factor going on. So that always takes, a game to get used to in the outfield or at the plate with how you kind of want to approach it. But we had guys on fire all weekend. Alonji and Jackson, especially on fire at the plate all weekend. Bo, kind of getting it back to where, he should be all the time, helps us a lot. And then just kind of everybody chipping in the whole weekend. I mean, Jake hit great, Eddie hit great. So it's a fun team to be a part of right now.
Heck yeah. When that lineup gets going, there's not many outs to be made in that group. I mean,
no, it's nice when everybody's on.
Yeah, heck yeah. And then you get a hit and you guys run the bases well. It's a really, really great group. And on Sunday, you were missing some starters too. You were missing Lenny. I know he was out there on Saturday, missing Lenny, missing Alonji. And then I know you guys have Chris Daggs on the team now. I didn't see him out there on the weekend, but who was it that really stepped up in their absence and played great for you guys on Sunday?
On Sunday, just kind of the whole team effort, not having Mike Alonji, not having Lenny. Lenny didn't play on Saturday either.
Oh, he wasn't there.
So we kind of shuffled that order around. He was there, but he'd kind of stumbled out of the box on Friday and wasn't really sure if he was good enough to go. With a hyperextension of the elbow or something like that. So we kind of refigured the lineup a little bit for Saturday. And then on Sunday, just sliding in Jack Mack at second base, Jackson jumping over to third. It's nice to have that depth where people could play multiple positions. And then, just hit when we needed to on Sunday. Had kind of those two big innings, which were enough to get us over the hump.
So you talk about depth, and I know before we went live, we mentioned a little bit about depth and some of the things we were talking about your team. What is the one thing you could say honestly about some of those bench guys that maybe they, to your point, when certain guys are missing, they're jumping in and doing their thing. Who's the one guy that kind of stood out for me that might not be, and we all, the squad knows who the starters are, but who might not be a starter on a regular basis, but really stepped up and played tremendous ball? Or is it maybe a 15 starter team? I mean, elaborate a little bit on that and kind of where you guys are at with the amount of people you do have.
Yeah, with everybody else's work schedule and stuff, that's a good one. Jack Harrigan as well. Yeah,
he's a wild man.
With everyone's work schedule and stuff, Jack's like a 399 guy, so sometimes he has to leave if we're playing a late game. Alonji and our firemen and our police officers, they can't make every single softball game, so guys on a weekly basis are getting at bats, and it's kind of a live tryout right at that point, like who's gonna crack the lineup that week, who's not. And then everyone's just kind of ready on the bench. We're just a real tight-knit group. When Bo and I came in last year, I guess you could say we were last year's recruiting class. We were kind of like the two new guys on the block. And then everybody kind of brought us in right away. A lot of joking around in our softball group chat, as I'm sure you guys experience a lot of as well. So just real tight. And then when those circus guys joined in, like Sherwin, Alonji, neighborhood guys, so they jump in and fit in right away. Lenny and Jekyll as well coming in. We all basically play at the Whale softball teams all over the Indian Road League, so we see each other on a regular basis, even if we're not on at Forest Park that week. So we're just kind of a real tight-knit group, everybody from the neighborhood for the most part, and then our guys from outside the neighborhood bring in some other perspective as well, which is really nice.
Yeah, true. You mentioned
I didn't really answer your question there. So
that was fine.
Jekyll jumps in a lot during the week, especially. So he had his son's baptism, I believe, on Sunday. So obviously that comes before softball. But yeah, we were able to make it work on Sunday.
Very PR trained answer there, Mike. Well done. You mentioned, right, something that Chris Rieger told me to ask you about. You mentioned swinging your dad's heavy bat when you would go watch him play. He said you still swing the heaviest bat he's ever felt anybody swing. How many ounces is that thing that you're swinging, and is it illegal?
It's not illegal. I'll say that. My uncle had a 40-ounce bat at one point that I wanted, but Uncle John wanted too much money for it. You know how the clincher market is. But no, the bat my dad swing, I have people argue about it just about every single time it comes up. Frank Simon's a big one who will argue with people on the weight. Him and Jackson will go back and forth. Anybody else who wants to get in on it, the consensus is 36 end or 38 even, though. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think when I started swinging it might have been a little heavy for me, but now at 25, I finally, I'm used to it now.
Yeah. Jimmy, don't you swing a 38 end, Jim?
Yeah, I do. 36 end.
Okay. Good for you.
Yeah, but it's up there. Sometimes 38 end. It just depends. Depends on how you feel, really. To be honest with you, but the bat to me, it's a crucial part of how you hit. So it really is. When you don't have that bat, it's almost like a de-confidence. Right?
I mean,
you lose your confidence.
I'm a guy who likes to have his things for his stuff. So if it's not my golf clubs, I don't want to golf with them. If it's not my softball bat, I don't want to swing it. So I do a good job making sure I know where it's at all times, double checking and making sure everything is ready to go. And that is the bat that my dad swung.
Awesome.
So that's really cool. That's why it's so worn out when you look at it.
That's cool.
No, not a bad thing at all. So, my other question before I get to my last question, I know we're trying to keep it, not so long tonight because we have other guests as well. But I wanted to ask you about Jackson and Rieger. The reason being is because those are the two that kind of started Whale, from my understanding. What was the reason? Did they ever tell you what was the reason? Like, how did Whale start? What was the first initial call to say, hey, we're going to run Whale, right? Like, how did that all turn out? Do you know the story about how Whale, the team, started, and how was the team named Whale?
I'm not exactly sure on exactly what. I know Chris had kind of stepped away from major softball for a little bit. Pat Clark's fishing for for something out here. I wish I could shout out all the different softball teams I played on.
That's awesome.
Pat's the man. I got to play with Pat at a very young age as well. With my Mud Dog guys and I'll call it the A&E team. The A&E team at Pioneer Park. So that's in. He doesn't get to disown me anymore. But I believe Chris stepped away, and it was more about like wanting to play with your friends and your guys. And I believe the Whale nickname comes from Wobbles, either Wobble's dad or Wobble himself. So I believe that's where the nickname comes from. We have the Playboy patch on our shoulder as well, and I believe that's also Wobble's dad's team, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's where that comes from.
Oh no, very cool.
Wow,
Donnie
didn't know the Whale origin. That's a great question, Jim. I know they're still a new team, and those guys used to play with Dynasty, and Jackson was with Circus, and they kind of broke apart. But yeah, that's a great question. Mike, I've got 2 questions left for you. I know, like we said, we're trying to keep it precise tonight, but you've been great so far. Got a couple Snapchats from Jets, and we saw a little karaoke going on at the bar. Mike, what's your go-to karaoke song, and who had the most impressive singing voice from Whale?
So I got a couple of songs I keep in the rotation. Sometimes I go with a little. Oh man, I'm gonna blank on it now. The one that there was definitely a video of was taken is "You Never Even Call Me by My Name" by David Allan Coe. I might be stealing my dad's karaoke piece with that one. We like to have our fun in the Crawford house, and then I'll do. I can't believe I'm blanking on this right now. Let me get it. I was not expecting it. I'm not going to play it, but I know I'll find it.
It's all right. Sometimes
he is literally
Give Me Three Steps by Leonard Skinner is one of mine. Play That Funky Music, White Boy is another one. So
now I could definitely see you playing that with
the headphones out. I like to keep it loose. But karaoke, half of it is just finding a song that the crowd likes. And "You Never Call Me by My Name," I guess I caught some people off guard. Our number one karaoke performance, though, was Eddie Balloonist.
So you know, the nicest guy on your Whale team. The nicest guy on your Whale team said that song stunk.
Yes. Yeah.
Who's the nicest guy on your Whale team?
It's not Jackson.
Jackson Perry. Jackson. You know why he's the nicest guy? Because he picks on Donnie.
Correct, man. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Over My Head by The Fray by Eddie Balloonist was the performance of the night, though. So I'm sure he'll be at that concert in August, I'm going to guess, after that performance.
You want to talk about this comment from Eddie Balloonist quick? He's chiming in.
My girlfriend has a great singing voice. We sang "Picture" as well, so I left that one out. My girlfriend Murphy did an awesome job, though. She's got a good voice.
Very nice.
That's awesome. Jimmy, go ahead with your next.
Well, I only have one question. It's the last question I ask every guest, and I want to hear his opinion on it. Do you have another question before I get to it, Tom?
And this question isn't meant to bring the mood down, because I think the mood is great. And I'm only saying this in a very positive way because it is one of the most incredible things a human being in our group could do. Okay, Mike, you were involved in an unfortunate accident or an unfortunate moment after Papa Hops. Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, I believe it was 2 years ago now. Yeah.
So you could talk about it. You could tell us about it, but you went and played softball a week after. And that is the most incredible thing that I had ever heard. So if you want to fill people in on this story, you don't have to get too much into detail, but I think people should know because it's incredible. And I think people will respect you a whole lot for hearing it. But You don't have to tell all the details, but maybe just an outline of what the heck went down.
Yeah, I'll give you the quick notes version, I guess.
Yes.
So we were at Papa Hops. I'm lucky enough that I have a college roommate that lives just across the other side of the train tracks. So I take Friday off of work. I park the car. I got to stay there for the night. It's going to be good. We're there. We sadly lose in extras to Mint as the road that year. They were a good squad. We put up a good game, but so then we're there just the rest of the day, spectating, watching. We go back to my buddy's house. We go to the bar, and then his friend who I'd met that day, Michael Gahan, who was with me, was like, "Hey, let's walk back. Let's get back to the house early." And I was like, "All right, yeah, that works for me." So we're walking down the road. All of a sudden, a guy jumps out of the gangway. He's got a gun. He has the gun on me. He turns to Gahan, turns back to me, turns back to Gahan, and I'm like, I've seen too many videos on Twitter to know how this ends, whether I give it up or not. So I tackle him. We go to the ground. He fires, takes off. So that's kind of where I'm lucky at first, with the different guns on the street. Now he takes off. Gahan picks me up. I'm bleeding down my right side. We run for like 4 or 5 blocks. I'm stumbling and falling over. Finally, I tell him I can't keep running. They call an ambulance. And then I have flashes here and there. And then I wake up the next day in immaculately good condition for what happened. It went in under my armpit and then rode my rib cage and popped out. So it didn't puncture my chest cavity. I was all right. I had family and friends over the next day. Just kind of very lucky, obviously. And then we have the parish softball tournament coming up in a week, and you do a 1-week checkup, and I'm there, and I go, not to sound insensitive about how crazy lucky I am or anything. I go, when can I get back to physical activity? And he's like,
I love that.
Well, working out or what? And I'm like, well, there's a softball tournament tomorrow. And he goes, I'd make sure that everything's patched up tightly, check to make sure you're not still actively bleeding at any point. But as long as none of that happens, everything you do is going to hurt, but you're not going to cause any more damage. So I played in the next game the next day. I sent it into my parish softball group. I'm ready to go. I think I sent the NASCAR boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, fellas.
Amazing.
And I stole a shot from Rieger into left center. Lunging, tipped it back with one hand and caught it. And he had some choice words from first base saying that he wants a doctor's note that says I could play, but he didn't know I actually got cleared. So
that's an amazing story. Thank you for sharing that, first of all.
Yeah,
so whenever
course.
you guys watching have an excuse to not go to a game, Mike got shot and went to the next tournament next weekend. So you guys have no excuse to miss softball games, okay? That's the message here with that. That's incredible.
I mean, and I don't want to dwell on the moment, but I can only imagine the thought in your head when someone pulls up in an alley.
Oh,
I mean, God bless. I don't know what I would do. I mean, you had to be in a spot you never thought you'd be in your life.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah,
that, Mike. You didn't have to, but thank you for the detail.
Thank you.
But it's an amazing story. So thank you for being
lucky enough to tell it. So
yes,
that's what counts.
Yes. Jimmy, go ahead.
Yes, you
with
are.
The last one.
Yes, you are. But so as you know, we end all the show or all the guests. Last question. We just want to know, our show's about making the game better, about what we can do as players to enhance the game. So for all those people watching, like we've been saying, please hit the share button. The more people see our show, the better. The more just awareness we get around our game is what we want. But Pat, Mike, and I used to play with your dad, Pat, which is crazy because he was an incredible dude when we played. We were teammates for several years, had awesome times together. But since you were a kid that grew up in softball and kind of saw what softball was probably 20 years ago compared to what it is now, tell me something that you would do different to make this game better, or something that maybe you would say, hey, I want to bring I think we brought this into the game. It would improve, I don't know, whatever it is we need to improve.
I should have known this question was coming, and I should have had a better answer. I wonder if there's so many good park district park leagues out there. I think the game was dying for a little bit. I could tell you now that I could confidently say it's not with the younger generation. Our boys at St. Pat's love softball. I think they've got 2 or 3 teams in like this Northside League that runs it themselves. The kids bring their own bases. They call their own strikes and their own outs and stuff. So
Yeah.
I could confidently tell you that the younger generation's getting back into it. I think a lot of 21 and under leagues went away. So I don't know if it's, branching out more. I know the South Side does like a high school tournament. So I don't know if it's, getting the private schools more involved in some of the high school softball. And then just kind of how could we bring and kind of capture the community aspect of like, say, a Papa Hops where the whole community's bought in and goes to watch it, right? Or like that parish softball tournament I talked about too. I mean, how do you get, these tight-knit communities who love this game more involved, whether it's, putting tournaments in other spots. And I think the neighborhood tournaments do a good job of it. I don't know if it's more the vicinity of the parks for maybe our major tournaments where it's kind of harder to catch that. But I would say, yeah, maybe it is just more how could we get more major events in communities that love the game and want to go out and watch.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good point,
Yep.
right? I mean, I think doing tournaments for foundations and charities and those type of things, I think do help, right? It does bring people to the park. So it's a good thought. And honestly, Donnie, I don't think we've had that answer before.
And,
so that's really
and
good.
it's a great, Mike, when you go to Papa Hops, you feel the community. When you play at Indian Road, you kind of feel the community because there's only one diamond and people sit around and they watch. But
yeah,
if you had that on kind of a larger scale on the north side, I think it would attract a lot of people to start playing the game. Because on the south side, it's already known very well, right? It's kind of, you're kind of grandfathered into playing, but on the north side of things, it's not as convenient as it is. So, Indian Road's the only place you see it at.
Yeah, I think Jackson's League at Olympia that he helps to run. I think that's doing a good job. They're getting younger teams in there.
Yep.
With Indian Road though, now it's really it's only one night a week where it's kind of run by the park. There you go, Christian Leo jumping in after I said that, right? 3 teams under 21. It's great to see. Indian Road only has the one league now. They kind of X'd out their 21 and under league after the COVID. Even though I was in that league at that time and we had 8 teams ready to go again. All the captains had asked when we're going to start up and they told us we're not doing the league. So maybe it's on the parks a little bit. Like I said, I know Jackson does a good job. They have some young teams in that league. So, field space is at a premium. So the more and more we can get our game to stick around in these parks and get these younger kids at bats and kind of get them to fall in love and get the itch, as I'm sure us 3 all have, just better and better.
Yep.
No, makes a great point. So, Mike, do you have any questions for Donnie or I?
I didn't prep anything, so I think I'm going to let you guys slide this time. Okay. I'll have to catch you next time.
All right. I'm sure you'll be back on the show. Hopefully not, because hopefully that means you don't win an MVP, right? It means your team doesn't win. So, but either way, you were an incredible guest, my man. I definitely appreciate you on the show, and I know Donnie is probably in love with you. He's probably gonna be calling you all off season, trying to go play on Signature, who has every position ranked number 1 in softball.
I found a good spot where I'm at now, so I'm gonna stick there.
I'm not doing that. Hopefully, I see you Friday at Olympia, though, if you're out there.
All right. Not this Friday, but down the road somewhere, I'll be out there.
All right, my man. Well, hey, thank you for coming on the show, Mike. You were fantastic.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me. I love the show. Right, thanks.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. I'll tell you, man, that's an incredible story. I never heard the bits and details of it. I mean, obviously heard about the story. I knew, the situation, but to get the full detail of it and him to play softball a week later is pretty impressive.
What a cool story. Like, I always knew about the situation, right? You hear like word of mouth sort, but like to hear it right from Mike, and then to hear, what he kind of went through, and then being able to play the next week, and then robbing Chris Rieger of a homer was probably like cherry on top for him, which is awesome. But we've got two more. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, before we bring the guests in, I just want to mention our sponsors really quick. I want to say thank you to them, right? Of course, Surfside, Signature Transportation Group, Beacon Tap, and then, of course, Cut Shot, who makes all the new 16-inch softball bats. So if you haven't bought a Cut Shot yet, get out there and please buy a Cut Shot. I know that they're selling like crazy, Donnie. So that's a good
Mike
thing,
said,
right?
Mike said ever since North-South started, he sold a bunch of them. So, those weights are going to run out. If you're looking for a 32, 34, or if you're a grown man like Mike or yourself, 38, 36, like they're probably going to go pretty quick.
So let's change a little bit, right? There was a tournament on the South Side this weekend, Bucks for Burn. I was told we have the female MVPs on tonight, right, on the show. And it's something that I'm kind of psyched about because I don't know much about the female game, Donnie, in regards to who the top teams are, how many teams play in these events. So I'm curious to bring them on. I'm curious to see what they have to say. And I'm excited to hear like what's going on in the women's game, right? I mean, you see women's sports exploding everywhere across the country, whether it be soccer, basketball, softball, you pretty much name it. It's exploding on the women's side. So,
and they played I think this team played 7 games on Saturday. So we're going to have to dive into, what it was like being out there all day playing ball. Cause for us, Jim, we will never play 7 games on a Saturday. That means it's virtually impossible. Right. So I'm curious to see kind of what they're going to talk about. And I know Hannah previously, I'm getting to know PJ a little bit, so it'll be fun to meet some new faces on the show. So Jimmy, I'll bring them on.
And so for all the guests out there too, tonight's show is going to be a little longer than normal, so stay with us. I know that we haven't been on in the last couple of weeks, but we have a lot of awesome material and a lot of cool things to talk about.
And a special guest at the end.
Yes, we do. So, which I think will be quite entertaining. But let's get to our women here. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hello.
Welcome to the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show. I know you ladies are probably pretty tired after 7 games, Donnie said on Saturday. So congratulations on winning the Bucks for Burn.
Thank you.
But Anna, why don't we start with you before we get to PJ? Tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us kind of how you got started in softball, and then we'll kind of move it right over.
Alrighty, so I've been playing softball since I was like 10, fast pitch mostly. I recently just started playing 16-inch 2 years ago. So I played at Elgin High School. I went to University of Missouri St. Louis, and then I played professionally for the Akron Racers. Yep. And Kenny, actually, I have to shout out Kenny because he's the one that got me playing 14-inch and got me onto Chris Harris's team, very first team I ever played for. So,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Chris
hey, we won a national championship. So,
Kenny Apt got you started?
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Oh, PJ, she's showing us a little detour here.
Where are you at? Wow, look at that view.
Nice.
Wow.
At the lakefront.
Hey, I'm glad you decided to take the show from a scenic view. Thank you for doing that.
I've been working all day, so I need a little air outside.
Okay. Good for you.
There
you earned it. PJ, tell us about yourself a little bit and how you got into the game.
So I've been playing baseball since I was 5 at Harrison Park. I did RBI pony. I was also a pitcher for all boys team. And then at the age of like 15, I went to 16-inch softball.
Okay.
And I haven't stopped since.
Good for you.
So, yeah.
So are you 22
No,
now?
I'm 37. About to be 38. Yeah, I should be a legend by now, you know?
You're a legend now.
So let's get into the weekend. Tell us about Bucks for Burn. I don't care who wants to start first, but you guys played 7 games. So I'm guessing you probably lost your first or second game and then had to run through the losers bracket.
Definitely was the first game that we lost.
Yeah, we lost the Lunatics, worked our way back to back to back. We didn't really have any breaks. and then we beat the
Okay.
Lunatics twice to win it.
Literally had to double dip.
Okay.
Yeah, double dip
So-
chocolate chip.
Wow. So you lost the very first game, and we're like, all right, you're either gonna fold and give up, or you're gonna be like, you know what, let's play a lot of softball today. Let's try.
Yeah, I remember looking at him and being like, "We'll see you later."
Right,
There's no
me
way
too.
we're losing this. It was a good game. It was 7-6, so we were right there. You know.
Yeah. So Bucks for Burn, that's a tournament that I believe it's been going on, 23, 24 years, something along those lines. I used to play in it back in the day when they didn't put it on a major weekend with the guys, but I know the tournament has a lot of meaning. So tell us about the girls' side of things. When did that start on the girls' side? Because I was trying to think back to when I played, and I couldn't recall if there was a women's side of that tournament. But tell us about how the girls' game has grown, and tell us about this tournament as a whole as well.
I feel like those are good questions for Chrissy, because
Yeah, probably
I I have no idea.
PJ,
I
you've been
just
playing a
play,
while.
you know?
Yeah, yeah.
PJ,
I
you've been
mean-
playing a while. Speak about how the game has grown since you've been playing since you were 15. So talk about maybe how it's elevated.
I feel like more women teams are being more like put together. I feel like at certain parks it kind of falls down where a lot of women teams are not involved, but they're like why me? There's some how many women teams in Wyoming?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot.
Definitely a
78
lot
or
of women
something
teams in
ridiculous.
Wyoming. So that's also a tournament that I love playing, and I've been playing for about 8 years.
Yeah.
But you're only
I'm
22.
Huh?
You're only 22. How could you be playing
I'm
it for
37. I was playing with Hangovers before Renegades.
Okay.
So yeah,
So your team that played this weekend, is that a team that normally will play now in the major tournaments moving forward for the
now
women's?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
you-
Now I
Yeah.
am a Renegade. I was a Hangover for maybe like 8+ years.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So Hangovers is the other. So what are some of the other team names? I guess is what I'm getting at your level for women.
Hangovers is one of Renegades. Hangovers. Lunatics has been coming out. I was it like the 3 years, Hannah, maybe.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, from my perspective, just coming in and playing 2 years, I mean, Chrissy had to like pester me because I was terrified to break my fingers. You know, I'm like,
Oh, okay.
I saw it, I saw the women playing. I'm like, wow, it looks like really fun, but I'm not willing to break my fingers for it. But I mean, we had 8 teams in this tournament. We were supposed to have 9. Somebody backed out, but I mean, having 8 teams in a tournament for women, I mean, all levels of play too. You know, we have the major, and then we have women who are just coming out there to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's really special to have people just coming out to have fun, to play. And the cool thing is after
Right.
one of our games, you know, we beat them 12-0, and they came up and they're like, "How do you do this? How do you do that?" We took batting practice with them.
that's
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Helping them out. I mean, that's cool. So
Yeah. Yeah. So you said you were afraid of 16 in softball, maybe catching it barehanded is my guess is where you were going with. What did Christy say to you that made you like, okay,
she's like, "You're gonna be fine." And I was like, "I've seen everyone's fingers. Like, you can walk down the street and look at somebody's hands and be like, oh, they play
Yeah.
16 inch." You know, and I'm like,
you know what? I could honestly say as much as I play 16 inch with nails, I don't have one of those fingers.
You keep
I
those
must have
nails
got
on all
real
the time?
lucky, and I don't have one of
Yeah.
those fingers. But yeah, I clap everybody's hand at the end of the game, and I could definitely see a 16-inch finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicole
Man, I
Ojo
can't believe-
played with a broken
No.
finger this weekend.
Oh,
So-
and Nicole too.
Right.
She got her,
Yeah.
but she kind of fell, had a tumble with first base.
Mhm.
Really kind of like almost wanted to pass out, but her hit got us to
Yep.
the second round of championship. Yeah.
So when is the next girls tournament that would be the big one for the women?
Is it Wyoming?
Why me? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Why me? Okay. So, you know, us men, we're running a tournament. Donnie and I are running a tournament in Berwyn, the 26th and 27th, and we were trying to get 4 women's teams to join us that day on Field B. So I was asking who the best who the best. Yeah, she probably is. It's fine.
With the nails
So-
too.
With the nails.
the-
Jimmy, you
Yeah.
should try the nails.
So I was asking who the 4 best women's teams are because I'd love for them to join us on the 27th. They could play a quick little single elimination, like 2 games. Winner wins it all with 2
Western
games.
Western.
Nothing crazy. So she's saying Best of Western in July. But is there anything in the women's world on June 27th? And Chrissy just kind of answered my question. So I'm
Chrissy,
assuming.
let the girls answer.
Thank you, Chrissy. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Man,
She's saving us.
So Donnie, go ahead with your
so
question.
Hannah broke some records this weekend with a win, with a tournament win. Now your name's in the record books.
Yeah.
But that is not the only record that you have. You
No.
hold a couple records at the
I do.
Division II level for pitching.
Mhm.
For Jimmy, get this: the most perfect games, the most career strikeouts, and strikeouts per 7 innings. Hannah has 9 perfect games at the collegiate level.
Yep.
Wow.
That's
That's
I
my
was
first
reading these stats,
baseman.
like she's
That's more perfect games than you had.
100%, 100%, and you rank 3rd in D2 for no hitters with 15 no hitters.
Wow.
Yep.
You're like the LeBron of D2. What? So let me ask, like all those stats.
What school?
University of Missouri St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Very
Man, so
nice.
talk about like, I can't even put that into words how amazing that career is. You're probably like, I don't even know. That's incredible. First of all, like amazing stats. Congrats on that.
Thank
Do
you.
you still hold those records? Are you still at the top for some of those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. For
Yeah,
all
then-
everything.
So you played professional softball after that,
Yep.
right? So were you as successful? What was like the transition like into professional softball?
I was a starting pitcher, so I pitched pretty much every game in college.
Okay.
And then I went to professional, and I was more of a closer, and I'd come in for just 1 or 2 outs, and it was a little difficult for me because the first inning I'm usually kind of still getting warmed up, and then just to come in for one batter, it was a struggle, but I mean I did well. It was fun. It was a good time. I got to travel, got to pitch against Monica Abbott. It was
cool.
insane. So yeah, it's
What am I doing on
definitely-
the mound?
I know. I like not pitching now. So
I kind of like not pitching too. You're like, well, we can't help that we're good at it, right?
yeah. Yep. So it was definitely a transition, but it was definitely a highlight
Yeah.
of my life and my family's life, So
Yeah.
it's pretty
Because
cool.
your sister also plays Jenna, who's also a stud. Was she out there this weekend with you guys?
She was not. She was in Florida. She's taken
Okay.
a little break. She's gotten into birding.
Birding?
Birding, yeah, she's a birder. If you ask her a
She's very
question, she'll know
missed.
everything. Yep. But fun fact, Jenna won it last year, the MVP.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so
Back
back
to
to
back.
Carrying
back
an MVP.
family. Nice.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Was she a
So-
good
so
softball player
PJ,
too?
go
She
ahead,
was an
Don.
amazing softball. So we played in college together. She was the third baseman. She was a freshman when I was a junior.
Mhm.
And the addition to her, I mean, we were ranked number 1 in the country for like 6 weeks straight. So
Well, no
she's
shit,
an
nobody got a hit
incredible
against you
hitter.
guys.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna?
Nobody
You
got on
can't hit
base.
somebody. You're gonna bunt, and then you got the mad lady Jenna at third base scooping them all up. So
Heck yeah.
yeah. It's fun.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's amazing. We have a comment. Jimmy, one more thing and I'll let you go. And that's my last thing. We have a comment from a guy you might know who plays 16-inch softball. His name is Macho Soto. I don't know if you know him. He said you have the strikeout record by over 1,000 strikeouts and you average 13 strikeouts a game.
Yes.
Talk about
I had-
Macho Soto for a second if you want to.
Oh, Macho's awesome. He's a really good softball player. He's a good person.
Yeah, yeah.
I like him.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good work. Jimmy, go ahead.
Yeah, he's also Macho's also a handsome individual
Isn't
too,
he?
Donnie. You know.
Yeah.
He is handsome.
But
Not you though, Jim.
But before we get over to PJ, I have one question for you, Hannah. You struck out 13, average 13 Ks a game in
Mhm.
college. What are you doing at the 16-inch level now, though? That's keeping your competitive edge the same as what you had when you played college softball. Like, is there a trend? Because what I'm getting at is that the girls that are playing 12-inch now, right? Because in order to get your guys' game to grow, we need more of the D3, the D2, and the D1 girls to play 16-inch softball.
Yeah.
So, explain how the competitiveness is still there between the two, but also how can we get more 12-inch girls to play 16-inch softball to really grow the game? Because softball for 12-inch is absolutely exploding college-wise.
Mhm.
Definitely. That's a good question. I would just say you got to go to the people that you play with, I guess. You've got to just bring them out to a tournament and let them see what's happening because it's infectious. It's fun. I mean, I didn't know
Right.
anything about it, and then I played one game and I was like, all right, I
It's
think I'll be
not that
coming back.
scary,
Yeah.
right? It's not
No,
that
it's
scary
not, but I
without no
think that's what
glove.
holds people back, especially
Yeah.
12-inch players, is they don't want to break their hands.
Yeah.
You know, it's scary. I mean, it's not scary now, but it's like catching a football, kind of. But like,
Right.
it's just
Yeah.
getting them out there and showing them that it's not as
Right.
scary as it seems.
And for you, PJ, so you said you've been played since you were 15. You know, one of the things I wanted to ask you is over the course of those years, you know, we talked about where you've seen the game grow, but what do you think? How do you get the women's game to grow a little bit more than what you see now from a standpoint of, you know, maybe these 12-inch girls playing, maybe some of the girls out of high school playing, you know, the ones that don't. How do you promote the game within the women's, you know, just call it division, on how we could do things a little bit differently you know, maybe now next year you have 12 women's teams playing and 13 and 4, you know, and that number continues to
I
go
feel
up.
like we should start inviting more of our 12-inch, 14-inch players to come and play no glove with us. So this year I got like 3 or 4 girls who don't play with a glove, who do play with a glove, and I got them coming out to do all women. So I think we need to like
Right.
introduce them a little bit more, let them know the ball's not coming in as fast as a 12-inch, a 14-inch, 11-inch, like, and it's way more. It's I can't say that it's way more fun, but it's a different kind of experience.
For sure.
I think, and
Yeah.
it's a fun experience.
So we had a comment here by Nick,
This is a good comment.
and I wanted to comment on this because he says, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're playing a pro 12-inch league
Yep.
for women. Well, they've always had, I believe, as far as I know, the last 10 years, a pro 12-inch league, but not everybody makes the pro 12-inch league. I mean, there's, I don't know, 160 women's teams at the D1 level, and I think there's only 8 in the pro level.
Right.
So, I mean, there's only a select few that make the pro circuit. What I'm getting at is those that don't, you know, you got D2, D3. I mean, you probably have 500 softball teams across the entire Midwest or just Illinois in particular, with all the travel teams and all the stuff that's going on to promote your game. So I wanted to ask you, ladies, and that's going to be my final question for both of you guys, is, you know, how do we promote the women's game better than what we're doing now? You know, obviously Donnie and I can't, you know, we play, you know, we have things as well that we do in our personal life. How do we promote it better? Because I've actually asked Christy multiple times. I've asked people in the women's world multiple times to go out and use our page and, you know, and stream your guys' games. Get it live, get it out there where we can promote that to the 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old girls that are playing 12-inch that are going to step into your game at some point. So talk to me a little bit about, and then PJ, if you want to go first, how can we do it where, you know, we can promote it a little better from a standpoint of someone, you know, live streaming on our
Good
page
question.
for the women, and what we can do. Because I know Christine's always asked me, and I think one time we had a group of individuals that did it on our page, and they were fantastic. So what do you girls think about that? I don't care who goes first.
I think this is a good start for sure, but I think we kind of have to help ourselves with that. We need to have more women in our community that are willing to do it too, not
Mhm.
just Chrissy, who's, you know, she's always trying to promote everything and stuff like that. But I definitely thank you for having us on. This is huge. I mean, we get to tell everybody about it. It's awesome, and definitely we got to just help ourselves a little bit more with it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, so
I think
Yeah, no, I mean,
Really quick,
go ahead,
Jim,
Donnie.
like what I see is a lot of individuals using social media to their advantage too. The professional 12-inch girls have a really big social media presence, and people follow and watch them when they play almost just as much as the guys, just because it's a fast-paced game. The girls are damn good, and they get a lot of followers and a lot of views. So I think that's a huge thing too. If you guys had individual social medias and you posted about the game, it would be great. But PJ, talk about how you can try and expand the game, and what kind of, not marketing, but social media stuff that we can do. Oh, you're muted.
Is she on mute? No,
Yep.
we're losing her.
Okay.
We lost her.
Good answer.
PJ, if you can hear us, you're on mute. We can't hear you. But Hannah, go ahead, Hannah. What do you think? I mean,
PJ, we lost
what's
you.
your? Do you think that there's two? You think that there's 2 or 3 women in the game now that could potentially, help live stream, use our page, use our platform?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't exactly know who that could be. I don't want to put names out there, but
Come on, volunteer somebody.
I mean, I could volunteer myself.
There you go.
How about that? I'll volunteer myself.
We
There you
lost you,
go.
PJ. We
So-
can't hear you anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah, she's at the lakefront. Maybe they hit the tower and cut her off.
All right. Here, we'll take her off.
So, PJ, thank you, PJ. But Hannah, while you're on, like I said, we're gonna ask you one final question. Donnie, you have any more questions for her? I know you brought up her college career, which is
Amazing.
pretty cool.
It's such a cool career. I mean, let's see if PJ's back on now. Let's see if we can hear
Did
her.
it work now? Did it
There
work?
we go. Now we're cooking.
I got a
did
phone
work.
call and it just messed everything up.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. That's what happened. You got a phone call. So, but we were just talking. So we were asking, how do we promote the
Yes.
women's game better? And then you kind of went mute. So let's just hear your answer before we kind of
We'll wrap it.
let you ladies
Yeah.
go.
So like me and a lot of teammates, we do a lot of scrimmage games. And around those scrimmage games, we like to just tell the girl, throw your glove to the side. Just try it out without the glove. Like,
Oh, cool.
let's get that fear out of you. You know what I mean? Because if you can handle a guy hitting the
Right.
ball to us, trust me, you can handle a female hitting the ball to us. And it's
Right.
not that bad. You know what I mean? A lot of, like, you get like maybe 50-50 of girls like, no, I don't want to do it. And then now girls that I have put into 16-inch with no glove, like, oh, I love it.
Yeah. So we were talking about streaming. We're talking about using our platform. I know you girls play, so it's tough when you're playing. But even if you had a phone, and kind of what I did in Yuma and in Iowa, where we just kind of stream
Okay.
it, and maybe nobody's announcing it, okay? But if Donnie and I can stream it and we can hop on, I mean, Donnie and I can definitely announce from anywhere, which would be pretty cool. I can pretty much rip on Donnie for a good hour, and we'd have a lot of
Okay.
laughs. So,
And you will.
but what I'm getting at is, yeah, we would have a lot of laughs. It just, with our schedules and playing and everything else, it's tough. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, between travel ball and everything that I have on my schedule, it's tough for me to go out. Like Saturday, we were playing and I was at Gennaro Park for 12 hours. So I have this thing that I recommend everyone to buy. It's like a cage that hangs on the fence. It's actually not even mine. It's one of the guys on my travel baseball team. He gave it to me, and I've been using it, and it's awesome because it hangs there. It's got the shade blocker, and you see literally the whole field. So I recommend, I would hopefully somebody in the women's game would do that for us. Buy that, and we can stream the games on our page, and I'll give Christina, whoever's going to do that, our page login so they can get in and hit, basically go live.
I
So,
definitely think we should
Macho
promote
Kid-
16-inch no glove a lot more as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for it. Donnie's all for it. So hopefully as this year goes on. I mean, I know unfortunately the Why Me tournament, of course, I run Dana Strong the same day, which is, close to my heart on the south side of Chicago, which is always the Saturday before Labor Day. We're always on the same date. Hopefully at some point, those dates won't be on the same day so we can make it. But I do know my wife goes out to Why Me, and she doesn't play softball all year except for one day. So they love it, right? So it's a good thing. But Donnie, anything else that you have for the ladies before we let go?
You guys did great. I know you were both nervous.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you guys, hopping on and trying to expand the ladies game as much as possible, right? I know it's 8 teams in a tournament, but if we can get more and more, that's what we want, right? So if we can stream games, if we can promote the game, social media is massive. But thank you for both being a part of it tonight. So you were great.
And before we let you go, is there any questions you have for Donnie or I?
I just want to say thank you. Appreciate you being on here.
Yep. We really appreciate having us on.
We definitely appreciate you ladies. So good luck the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll have you guys back on hopefully at some point this year. So thank you.
Good luck to you guys too.
And work on 4 girls teams for the 27th. We got a week and a half,
All right.
but we can put something together.
All
Let me
right.
know.
Sounds good.
you
Thank
later.
you guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Donnie. So we are about 55 minutes in.
Oh boy.
And I'll tell you this. It's been a hell of a ride already for 50
The chat's been buzzing.
Dude, the chat's been buzzing. The story from Mr. Crawford was
Amazing.
incredible. It's a really good, heartfelt story. The girls about 16 in softball, the women about 16 in softball. I think it's awesome that they're playing no glove and doing what they're doing in the game and seeing the game grow. I think that's really cool. You know what I mean? So there is a lot of good things going. And I think, Donnie, if at some point when we have major events down the road, it would be nice to have some women teams at the major level for the women major playing at the same park.
At any level.
At any level. Yeah, I guess any level. But, it'd be nice at the major events that keep it with the major girls.
Ooh.
They said they had 8 teams. So
Manny said one of the issues that women's 16-inch streaming is that there are 3 women's leagues on the same day. So you're not really seeing everybody that could potentially be playing. They're all at different parks. So that's interesting.
Right.
Didn't know that. Manny, I know, runs one of the only women's no glove leagues at Harrison Park, if I'm not mistaken. That would be great to stream to see how those girls play. So what's up, Isaiah?
Yeah.
Love the idea, Jim. They used to do that back in the day when my folks played.
Oh, is that Isaiah from F-Town? Our boy from F-Town. What's up, Isaiah? Welcome to the show. So really quick, guys, I just want to thank the sponsors again. I know we've been doing it all night, but thanks Surfside. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate Signature Transportation Group. And we appreciate Cut Shot and Beacon Tap. We appreciate all them for the sponsors of the show for this year. If you want to be a sponsor, obviously let us know. We definitely appreciate it. But also, cool. Donnie, I want everyone that's following our show to start sharing our show and start sharing our platform. And if they ever want to use our platform, we're only a call away.
Cool.
As long as they keep it professional, our platform could be used by anybody.
I'm learning that Mondays at Mayfair Park, the girls play no glove, unlimited arc. That's cool.
Really?
Very cool. One quick thing before we transition now to our secret guest. We have a special guest tonight that was not named. He's in the waiting room. He looks happy as hell to be there. If you ladies want to get into a league, there's an opportunity. Jackson Perry, who runs Whale, also works Chicago Park District stuff. He is an advocate for the women's game as well, and he's got an opportunity for more ladies to play on certain nights a week. So if you want to play, if you're watching, haven't been able to play, you don't know where to go, message Jackson. I'm sure he can help you out. We're trying to get as many ladies in Jackson Perry's DMs as possible.
Yes. And so we're going to switch gears a little bit. Okay. We're going to switch gears. There was a post on social media this week that I think it had over 100 comments,
It
Donnie,
typically,
roughly.
when this individual makes a post, it typically gains some traction.
Okay. So he is my guy, as we all know in the softball world. Him and I are building a business together out in Shorewood for Papa Magoo's. He knows I couldn't do it without him.
Al Rice?
Okay. I hope he feels the same way.
Al Rice?
And yeah, no, well, Al Rice is a big part of it too. Yes. But Richie, he made a post, and I wanted to bring him on to kind of clear the air and what he meant and what it's about, because I think it's good for softball, right? That's what this show's about. This is why, certain things that go on in the game tend to get blown out of proportion because people don't have the time to air out their feelings. So I want to bring him on because I think, Donnie, you and we had talked today. It's good for softball, right? This show's about making it better, and I think he could definitely do that, and I think he can help with that. So, Donnie, why don't you go ahead and bring
Our
him
special
on,
guest.
and let's hear about our
There he
special
is.
guest.
Cheers,
And that's
fellas. Always support the sponsor. Always.
the liquid
He was drinking a twisted tea, Rich. What are we doing here?
Hey,
Unbelievable, this guy.
Hey.
Can't take him anywhere.
Twisted Tea might be the next sponsor. You don't
What do
know,
you
Donnie.
Who's on your
all right?
shirt, Richie?
Oh, it's my friend. Donald, you remember? The only Donnie in this chat that matters, that's for sure. The original
this is gonna
gangster.
be-
You know what I mean?
This is going to be something.
Oh, something.
Hold on. You got work in the morning, so make sure you slow down
Only
on
10.
those
We're
surf
good.
sides,
I got
all
some
right?
time.
All right. So anyway, there was a chat posted. Richie, we've had you on the show before. Most of the people, I'm sure all the people in softball know who you are. No reason for making introductions. But there was an incident that took place, I think, that you were a little bothered by because of the circumstance that you were in. You were in the Dells. Kind of, people don't know, but you and I were talking Saturday, Sunday,
Yeah.
obviously business stuff. But, you had to come home at 6 a.m. So talk to us about why you were upset, and talk to us a little bit about
Well,
why you made the post in the
just to make
softball.
a real long story very short and sweet, of course. There was a certain individual who I'm not going to name because, I don't want to get sued like we almost did with that cease and desist stuff, Jim. You know what I mean? It was a while back. I don't want any problems with that anymore. So we're going to not go down that road. No names. Well, no names going on here. So that person played with a certain team in the Westchester tournament, maybe a few league games. I don't know about that, but I know the Westchester tournament for sure. And then after it was over, had told their team that they were on, they were no longer interested in playing anymore. And were interested in joining another team or whatever. And they were told they were not allowed to do that until August, obviously because of the added drop hole that has been around forever. When you were on with the team at that point for the SSA. And then proceeded to play at North-South with the team that he was told not, he was obviously not allowed to play with. And no one did anything about it. They knew he was playing and nothing was said or done. And it was just kind of like thrown by the wayside and no one talked about it. And it was just brought up. And I just thought it was, kind of ridiculous because people that didn't say anything about it wrote the rules that they're not enforcing, which is just kind of weird to me. But, that's for another day, I guess.
Well, why I understand your point, but it upset you because
because there's a lot of teams out there. Like I know, for instance, like Dynasty, they were very shorthanded all week and they were playing 10, 11 guys, as were we, and if I knew we were able to pick up guys for whatever roster, maybe I wouldn't have to leave, really early in the morning to get back to make sure we have 10, 11 guys for our game, even though it got rained out, whatever. We didn't know that was going to happen, right? But it's just the point. It's like, why do we have these rules that are supposed to be enforced that aren't enforced? And what they're going to say is, oh, it's not our tournament, or it's not our job to police the rosters. Well, that's exactly what your job is, or your rosters. How are we supposed to know who's on what roster? We don't know. Different guys jump around every year from team to team, and go back and forth and whatever. So it's just, I just think it's for the integrity of the game that they should have said something and they didn't. And, it is what it is. And then after the fact, they want to blame this person. And then, they said they were allowed and they weren't allowed, and it just goes back and forth and there's just no accountability, and it's annoying. And God knows I love accountability every now and then. So you can just say, hey, we made a mistake. It is what it is. We won't let it happen again. We'll, be more strict in the future, so forth and so forth. But none of that of course, was said. It was just all pointing fingers and whatnot. So it is what it is. Like I said, it's
so just so the viewers understand, the rule, if I am correct, is that if you play on a roster, and that's to say you sign the roster, you're on a roster, you cannot get released, I believe, till August 1st.
The end drop is in August. It's been that way forever.
Well, which technically is Forest Park, right? Because Forest Park's an open roster, so you can
last weekend in July.
But either way, first. So this individual played on another team, obviously was called out. I do know that it was brought up to us while we were hitting, because we actually were going to play the winner of Pharaohs and 38s. And so it was brought up to us while we were hitting that this individual was playing. I'm sure my response. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But either way, it does matter, though, for teams that were shorthanded, to your point, and that's why we're bringing this up,
right,
is the fact that, you want to hold people accountable, just like we want to hold umpires accountable. We want to hold individuals accountable in the game. And quite frankly, Rich, we talk about growing the game, and that's how you grow the game. When you do stupid shit like this, it's a negative impact on what we're doing.
It can only get worse from here, right? Because what can of worms does that open up? You know what I mean? Like, what happens if we show up with, 4 Chucks guys on Saturday? What are they going to tell me they can't play? Well, no, they're on our tournament roster this weekend. Sorry, guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it just opens up different doors, and it's just like, why are we following the rules you guys wrote and you guys are supposed to enforce? And that's just a part of it. It just is what it is. But yeah, it was a little frustrating, but it is what it is. It was a good turn by Whale.
So
they played well.
We actually have
they deserved to win.
Question. Yeah, we have a good question that came in. Donnie, why don't you hit the macho question?
I thought a player could move up from A to major. Richie, what's your thought on that?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm not sure about that, but I don't think you can move up from A to major because it's just there's still an ad drop from when you start to when you finish, right? Because what if a major player 1 year goes down to A, plays with an A team? Are they allowed to go back up the next year to a major team whenever they want?
I guess.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I think when you're with a team, especially for the summer series, it wouldn't even matter, right? Because A teams played in the summer series.
Correct.
Obviously, they both
A team can go.
Both teams played in it, right?
They can go to.
So I mean, the individual who shall not be named, mind you, literally has 2 sets of stats from 2 different teams in the summer series. First time ever. It's a history. I mean, how does the guy not win the batting title with that options?
That's a good point.
So Rich, we get the frustration, but what do you personally, as someone who runs a top major team, what do you want to see change going forward? What would make you feel better?
I mean, winning the lottery would make you feel better, Donnie.
Sure.
Softball related. What do you mean? It will make it better about this situation, better about softball in general? What do you mean?
Better about this situation going forward.
I mean, you can't do anything about it now. It is what it is, right? And then they told said individual, just so you know, by the way, you can't play with that team the rest of the year now. Which they already said that, and it already happened.
Which one?
So it's
which team?
The team that he played with at North South. They're claiming that he's no longer allowed to play with them the rest of the year, which doesn't make sense again. But yeah, whatever. And that's again a small part of the problem, I think. But it is what it is. It would just be nice to, like I said, have a set of rules that we're following and have people follow them. But that doesn't always happen.
Well, Rich, I mean, you're pretty straightforward, as most people know in softball. Obviously, I know that you're pretty honest when it comes to softball and certain things that you do in regards to the game, the integrity of the game. My question to you is like, when you look at the way softball is run now in the organization and the SSA and some of the things that that you speak to, what could they do differently in your eyes other than than what they're
I think
now?
First of all, we'll start off with saying this too. Like, those guys from the SSA, they've helped the game out a lot of different ways, and they've done a lot of things, and great. We all know that, right? We all appreciate it is what it is. But the game isn't built and isn't run like it was in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. The way the world is now, you can't play 4-day tournaments 5-6 times a year and then 2 leagues. Like it's just not the world isn't built that way. If you're not, if you're the breadwinner or if you have a dual income or whatever it is or kids, like it's just too hard to be able to commit to that for a full summer. So I think really like I mean, just because it's your tournament next week, Jim, just going to bring it up, but like your tournament style is perfect. Like it's 2 days, like it's going to be done Saturday night. You still have Sunday for the rain day. And I feel like shortening the tournaments will really gain more interest because people will have more time to do it. I mean, if you're more available to do it and it's easier to do, more people will play, and it's too
Right.
hard to commit to that, right? It's just the way it is. It's not
Mhm.
in the old days you'd get a schedule, you wouldn't even, they wouldn't even call you. You just show up at the park whenever the schedule says, and that was it. Well, that's not how it is
Yeah.
anymore. And that's the commitment part of it.
Right.
You can't tell a 20, 23, 24-year-old kid who's starting his job at $3.99, you got to be here fucking, 4 days of summer, 5 weekends of summer. You can't tell a kid that. So why wouldn't he want to play? That's why he goes and plays Papa Hops, or they go play the North Side leagues and stuff like that with their friends, just to have a good time. You can't commit to this major softball because it's built for the 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. It's not built for now, and
Right.
and it's just not easy,
Well,
to
and
do.
you mentioned, I mean, and think about it, bring up a good point. Look at this past weekend at the North-South, how many teams were missing. I mean, even the team that won it was missing 2 players that are normally regularly there.
Yeah.
Okay, Alon and Lenny. We were missing second place team. We were missing 3 guys that have been there all year
Yeah,
for us.
we didn't have Nick all
right?
day Saturday.
That-
He was at a
Our
wedding.
starters.
Same thing.
Third place team, same thing. Like you guys, High Y. I don't know. I don't know who High Y was missing. It seemed like they had most of their players, but a majority of teams that were out there for the North South were missing
Banged up.
players.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Signatures.
And if we were
they're
all
missing
able to
guys.
grab from whatever roster we wanted, it'd be a lot easier to fill the team,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
And keep it
that's a good
competitive
point,
too. Yeah, we were banged
Yeah.
up. I mean,
What-
Spencer's
What's the point
hurt.
of even having rosters, then? Why do we even have them?
Well, how would you feel if an A team wasn't playing on a weekend, that you would be able to call up an A player to play on a major roster,
But
to help some of the
That's what
major
happened.
softball doesn't have that right now because we all play the same tournaments minus A nationals and major nationals. There's no major solidified major tournaments anymore because we all play the same ones. Like I can't wait
Right.
till the Forest Park invites come out. That's going to be awesome.
That will be another really, really good time to be friends with Richie Battistoni on Facebook.
Yeah, can't wait to see that lineup that we got. It's going to be good.
Well, I mean, you already know who it's going to be. I mean,
Richie, who do you
have
think is going to get a bid?
Huh? I'll tell you right now who's going to get the bids.
Everybody
know?
that plays, there's 24 not good teams. It's not 24 good
So-
teams.
Think about it. You got 11 major teams at Forest Park.
We did this,
okay.
Donnie. It's sick.
Then,
Oh, you did?
all right,
Oh,
you have 11
gross.
major teams. You have 4 teams that play in the Melrose League that don't play in Forest Park.
Los Lobos going to get
Okay,
They fucking should have got in last
No.
year.
in?
that's 15. 30-38 is 16. So there's your 16 major teams right there. And then you're gonna go like Menace. You're gonna go Ribs. You're gonna go. Who's the other 18 that we just
Maybe
played over the
YTD?
weekend?
Definitely YTD. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Please.
YTD.
Them boys
will
don't
get,
miss Forest Park.
they'll
You
be-
nuts?
I mean, if you think about it, you're gonna have those many. You know what I mean? You're gonna have those teams on the bottom. It's gonna be eight teams, and then you're gonna have Chucks and
You
Hall
still
of
haven't
Fame.
said 24
right?
teams yet, though, Jim. That's the problem.
Well, Chucks and Hall of Fame get you to 18, and then you got 8
Traffic?
teams for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
I already
yeah.
said
Auto
Baracho?
bid. They deserve an
Traffic
auto
ma-
bid every year.
Traffic Menace, Los Barachos, guaranteed. Ribs,
Did you
guaranteed.
say future?
Yeah. They're already in the
Future.
Melrose League.
They're in the
They're
Melrose
in.
League.
Shoe in.
They don't play. They're in.
They got 2 wins last night, too.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. They
Against
beat
who?
Impact.
No
and-
idea.
They beat Impact and Moneyline, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Impact and Moneyline.
Now they're in.
Yeah.
They're in. They're in. They showed up. They're in. How you doing?
Get the boys from
Hell
Lace
yeah.
the bid.
That's awesome.
Yeah, bring them in. They're in.
He will get him a bid.
How about this,
They're in.
Richie?
So
Richie from San Marino, who helps run Ribs. We listened, Richie. We played our tournaments this year and got a win in both.
Proud of you guys. Can't wait to see you back there again. Can't wait for you guys to cheer for me
Hey.
down the right field line like you did last year.
Funk. There's a good chance Funk might get in
Funk,
too. Yes.
Funk might have a bye.
So
they're a good team.
yeah, they might.
Funk won the
They
Iron
might.
Man Classic.
I love the name.
They're in.
They're in. They're in. They're in. Jim, we still haven't said 24 teams yet.
I'm wait. I blew past
Okay.
24.
I think we said 23 teams.
Well, like I said, you got the 2 Iowa teams that put you at 18, and then there's about 6 teams that are flip a coin.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, that's kind of where you're at now. The other thing, let's get back to, why you wanted to come on and express your opinion tonight. And those that don't know, Richie and I did not talk about any of this stuff today in person, just so you know, Donnie. We didn't mention.
No, we're busy today.
He doesn't know the questions I'm going to ask him.
I didn't want to know.
I said, we're not doing it because I want his raw opinion right out of the gate. I don't want him thinking. I want him just to shoot from the hip. So, you look at softball, and to me, you have the A Nationals, which is this weekend, which I've been saying all the A National teams should actually sponsor the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show.
You did do them a big favor.
They should send us $100, Donnie, and be a sponsor for the show, okay? For having a $75 entry fee into the A Nationals. So thank you to Donnie. We're welcome. Just say you're welcome, A teams.
Listen, when Richie's on the show, people get fired up in the comments. So go on with your. I love this.
So what I was getting at is now that they have 38 teams at their $75 entry fee to play a tournament, Richie, if we were to, let's just say, look at softball and make changes like we're trying to do now, what is something you would do? Like, if you're in the SSA board, what is something you would do right now and say to
I've
the
been
SSA
saying this
board to say,
for years, okay? And I think this is, people haven't thought about this, they're crazy, right? When you start a tournament and you go to play against another team, when you go out there, right, there's one umpire, okay? There's one umpire. Why, when we get down to the final however many games, that they come in, why is there more than one umpire on the field at that point? And then why at every Nationals are there 2 umpires? The amount of money that is, and this is nothing against them, right? We need them there. They need us there. We need them there. Like, it is what it is. But why have 2 when I think that the money that is used for that can go to many other things to help grow the game, to help, bring the game to other different places, right? Like, I think a good way to help grow the game is different parks that none of us play at. Sycamore, a lot of good players in that Sycamore League. Let me tell you guys. Let me tell you.
You better stop recruiting out there.
Some sleepers out there.
You are not allowed
like
to
those
recruit
kind of
from
leagues.
Sycamore
Like,
anymore.
what's wrong with you? Like, and then so let's say, going forward for all the Nationals and all the SSA tournaments going forward, or whatever association going forward, one umpire, right? Whatever. The cost for that for the year is like between, like, I think it's like 5,000 and 9,000 if you do the math. You use that money to go to these random leagues and say, hey, listen, the winner of your league gets a free $400 bid to our A Nationals. Come out, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Give it to them and see what happens, and just try it for 1 year and just to try and see what happens. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think in the comments,
they
only need $75.
They used to do that back in the day,
but it's got to be parks that nobody
so
it's not like normal, like your Hiawathas and your Norwich and your Clydes. It's got to be somewhere different. It's got to be like different places. And I don't know who has the time and to wherewithal to do that, but I don't know. I just think that having the same tournaments, the same parks, in the same areas, eating the same food, drinking, around the same people all the time, like, it's getting stagnant, and you got to figure out how to bring new blood into the game and get people excited about it. And it's, it hasn't been the main focus the last 3 or 4 years, I feel like. And unfortunately, I feel like it's hurt it a lot. But like Mike said earlier, that the younger generation seems to be coming back around, and that's good. But we got to figure out a way to get them interested, right? And why not free? These young kids love free. Give them a free bid. Let them go play. See what happens, Even if you give out 10 bids and only 4 come back the next year, that's 4 more teams you didn't have with money that you're not spending. I mean, you're saving the money, right? And it's not like to take away from the umpires. Like, they're whatever. It is what it is. But you don't need 2 of them. You just don't. Yeah. And the money saved is well put somewhere else. And again, this is all easier said than done, right? We're talking on a podcast on a fucking Wednesday night. I mean, it is what it is, right? But I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of more ways to be proactive about building the game than just social media and just the same tournaments, the same formats every year. Like I said, you can't. It's hard to commit to those tournaments. 4 days, 5 weekends of summer is hard. And then and that's without the fun, the bullshit tournaments, without the Iowas and the Yumas and the Melroses. It's not. It's not feasible anymore, and we got to figure out a way to adapt, right? Because that's what life is about, changing and adapting, and we're not doing that right now, which is why the game's falling off.
Let me answer Isaiah's question. Isaiah, if you would have came this weekend, F-Town, for the tournament, next weekend for the Uncle Jimmy Cousin Donnie show, you might have got a bid to Forest Park. This would have been the year to get 3 Iowa teams in Forest Park, no doubt.
Well, and there's a lot of these Iowa tournaments. You see, they have a lot of like teams going to their own tournaments. Like, why do we have a nationals there again? When's the last time we've been to Iowa for a nationals?
Yeah,
like, and I mean, and they're starting to pique interest more. And listen, that Chuck's team, man, those are my guys, but that's a good team. That's a good team. It's gonna be hard to beat those guys. Those guys play well, and those guys are on it right now. And we got to figure out a way to beat them.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, those big corn hillbillies, as we call them. I always make fun of Drew, but I love those guys. I think they're good for the
great
game.
For the
I
game.
think that
great for the game.
Yeah, I kind of wish Hall of Fame was a little bit more involved in coming to Chicago. Maybe they don't have the funding. I'd like to see Hall of Fame actually, other than Forest Park, come and play with a full roster.
Mm-hmm.
They come to North South.
Yeah, they were missing
half their team.
It's because it's not easy. That's what I mean. Like, it's just not easy to do. It's not easy to do. It's not like it's not the olden days where you just show up and play anymore. People are busy, got a lot of shit going on. It's just more expensive. Life is just harder to deal with.
Yeah, no, I understand all that, but I just think, like, as a whole, if we did do different formats, we've been saying this for a long time, the game would be a little bit different. I don't know. I really love the fast action pace of the game this past weekend. It was 1-on-1 count. Those games were moving.
I think 1-on-1 should be the whole tournament should just be 1-on-1.
I mean, how ridiculous is it? You throw a pitch, everyone takes 80% of softball players take the first strike, and then they swing at the second one anyway. So it's like you eliminate that, where guys are just going up to the plate now, and if you throw it a strike, they're swinging. So to me, I think it's more action, more involvement, more fun in the game.
Yep.
So
same thing.
Richie,
look. Go ahead. Yep. What?
Richie, can you decipher this comment really quick from Jimmy? If you always do what you always done, you always get what you always got.
Yeah. If you keep doing the same shit, you're gonna get the same outcome.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
That's what he's saying. If you always do what you always done, you get the same shit, basically. So, yeah, no, it's
good. Don, you all right? You ready again?
That one got me. That one got me.
No, I could tell.
Yeah. So Marky Robinson posted something good in there.
We got this. Why not find a park on the border for nationals? So a middle point between Iowa, Illinois, so the drive isn't bad for teams in either state.
Another great idea.
Which about that complex in Bettendorf, Iowa, which is right off the highway.
Yeah.
There's a casino there. They're building hotels there, and they think there's 9 turf fields there.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out.
Mark said if you hit a ball
That's
too far foul, you're out. Kurt would be out a lot.
A lot.
He hits a lot of very foul balls.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. But I'll take him on my team 7 days a week. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Donnie, go ahead with your.
No, man. Richie's got everybody fired up. I'm just watching the chat. I think it's awesome. So, Rich, I don't really have anything else.
I've got questions.
I got answers. Let's go.
That.
Fire it up.
So we've been talking a lot about the SSA and a lot about what they're doing right now and how the thing is evolving and kind of certain angles that we're talking about with rosters. And they're trying to do a single elimination tournament this weekend, which I think is a different format, right?
Yeah.
The only problem is they threw it on Father's Day weekend, I think is the only reason why they went to a single elimination tournament. But I believe they only got 13 or 14 teams or whatever it is.
Something like that, yeah.
Rich, why do you think it's because of the weekend?
Well, I mean, it's definitely because of the weekend, but it's still we're still playing single elimination tournament, and there's 5-hour breaks. It just doesn't make sense. There should be no 5-hour breaks with 2 fields and a 12 to 14 team tournament. It just doesn't make sense. But I understand they
So-
also too, like, you know, the underlying issue is that, you know, nobody really seems to think about it. Like, they want to keep us there because the park wants us there for the concessions for the day. You know that, so they want to draw it out to some extent. But like in the same breath, it's like that's great. Like, to play at 9:30 and your next game is 2:30, like.
Yeah. So I drew up a tournament. Obviously, it's one less
Of course you
team
did.
than what they have. And so 2 fields, okay? 2 fields. And this one starts at noon. And the championship game's at 5:30. Okay? So you go on one side of the bracket, you go 12, 2, 4. On the other side, you go 1, 3, 4. So the 3 o'clock teams are going to play, you know, at 4. So that one side will play back to back. So that side will play back to back to back because of the championship, right? So there'll be one team that does that. But I think it's awesome because you only got an hour break, right? In between games. You play, you're off, you play, you're off. To your point, you play at 9:30 in the morning on Saturday.
Yeah.
And if you guys win, I believe you come back at
2:30
or 2:30. So how is that possible with 13 teams? I don't understand.
Like I said, I think it's just, you know, keeping us at the park. With having a single elimination tournament at that park, and maybe they're used to having multiple days, and that's why they want to keep you there. I don't know. I mean, I don't know any other reason why they'd want to be there except for the concession sales. I mean, nothing else really makes sense, does it? I mean,
But I am going to say this: Saturday for the championship game, and that tournament's going to be the most people that tournament has ever had watching that game. Because I think that, I mean, and it's pretty easy to beat 10 or 15 people. But either way, I think, because last year we played in the championship.
I know.
It was us
I
versus
know.
you guys. And there was 10 people.
Yeah. Our wives and kids.
Maybe. Right. So I think this year you're going to have, I think you're going to have 10 of the 13 teams staying around watching that game because no one's got shit to do after that tournament. They don't have to get up in the morning. It's Sunday. So what's your thought on that? You agree with me? And it's okay if
So
you
wait,
don't.
what's your question again? Sorry, say that again. I was reading the comments.
So what I'm saying is
The comments
you
are
think
great.
that 10 of the 13 teams, you think that you're going to have over 100 people there watching that championship game on Saturday? I don't even know.
I don't know.
didn't
I don't know
look at
about
the
100 people, but like you said, it'll definitely be more than before, more than last year's championship game.
Hell
But
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't surprise me either way. I mean, it would. I mean, I know our team specifically, since we have that 5-hour break. We're hanging out all day. You know, we're all hanging out there. We're all setting up and gonna be there for the long run. So I mean, we're gonna be there for the championship game. And if it was, a 4-day tournament championship game, we got knocked out on Saturday, we're not coming back to watch, right? So
JP, the lover of the SSA, mentions that they're doing 75 minutes between games instead of 60 minutes, and that's what I'm doing.
Oh, you're
So,
doing hour.
75 between games, hour and 15, but you play at 9:30 and then don't play till 2:30. So I would love for JP to explain the 4-hour break on a 13-team or 14-team single elimination tournament. How do you have a 5-hour break? I don't know.
What kind of physical shape will Hex be in
4-hour
for
break.
game 2,
Oh,
Rich?
we will be in. Well, either way, after the first game, for the second game, or watching the second game, we will be in good shape, real good shape. Plenty of surf sides going on that day. You know what I mean? Great sponsor, by the way.
Great
Okay.
job, Richie. Great job. Surfside, great
Right.
sponsor. Get one on Saturday when your
Thanks,
5-hour wait is going on between 9:30 and 2:30.
Right. Hopefully the SSA and Melrose Park are selling these bad boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's talk about really quick about, we were mentioned about A Nationals. Scotty wanted me to ask you a question about what happened in Schaumburg.
Oh,
yeah.
This is crazy. This is pretty
So
wild.
that was the
If this
question.
is true, well, hold
Back
on.
to me.
More of the legal shit, right? Because we don't get caught up here. Allegedly, this has happened, right? Allegedly, right? I
Right.
heard that with
It's hearsay.
right,
is what
hearsay,
we're going
sure.
by.
That term,
But
fine.
the guy who's running the guy who's running the tournament made a post to me.
Yes.
He addressed it to me. Asked you tonight.
So
Why?
the Exarnic
happened
No Glove
in
A Nationals, who's I believe a sponsor or fundraiser tournament for a young kid, I believe, right?
Yes.
Right. So with that being said, that tournament's for that. In Schaumburg, they're supposed to have a liquor license apparently, and it was a green light up until Monday of this week, which then they told them they will no longer have a liquor license for this event. So you're talking they have 38 teams plus fans, plus it's a fundraiser. I mean, you're looking at a lot of people going in and out of that park that day. On top of it's a huge facility for soccer and other sports already,
Yeah.
right? Like it's
a brand
It's a
new
huge place.
facility.
yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be loaded, right? And they tell them on this Monday that they're for their event, they're not gonna no longer have a liquor license. If that's true, that's really bad, really bad, really bad for them, and
Yeah.
it's shame on them because that's terrible.
And that kind of sucks
And
for Ray.
hold on, sorry,
and
let me cut you off, Jim. And
Scotty.
because
A lot of work.
it's really bad because 50% of those sales supposedly were going towards this kid's family for the kid they're running the fundraiser for. So it goes like deeper than
foundation,
that
yeah.
too, right? Like 'cause it's not just like oh you're
Right.
just money for softball, whatever. No, this is for this kid. And now I mean again 38 teams, fans, friends, everything of the kid, who everyone come there to support him for the day. Like you're taking a lot of stuff away from that family, and I don't think that's very right. But
Oh,
again,
that sucks.
who knows if what's going to happen from that? But Scotty said that him and his dad are trying to figure something out, and hopefully they do. Scotty and Ray are good people. I'm sure they're going to figure something out. So hopefully they do, and hopefully Schaumburg makes it right if they're watching.
I think they're watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody from Schaumburg, so if that is true, I'd love to have their opinion and reach out to us. Come on our show and let's talk about it. So, Donnie, do you have any other questions before I get to my last question for Rich?
So Nick Mione said the restaurant was going to donate 50% of beer sales to the family. Okay. Wow.
There you go. That's what it is. I know something like that. Whatever. But either way, like something was gonna. Yeah.
That sucks. I've got nothing else.
Okay. So, Rich, since Donnie is hush hush.
No, I'm not.
Looking at the comments.
You guys have covered it. You guys. Oh, this is actually a good point. John, have you seen this? So he's a social media guy.
Oh yeah, blackjack player. Lunatic.
He's like a big gambler. He lives in Schaumburg.
Yeah, big lisp too. That guy.
Yeah,
all that money, dude. Figure it out. Like, come on. My God.
Yeah, I would, Richie. You and I being blackjack players, I would love to play with John.
He plays big time.
Yep. Big time.
I think you and I, if I'm wrong, I think he was in Rivers one night when we were there.
Yeah, because wasn't there someone following like a camera or something? And
yeah,
you
he's
thought that
always
was him?
videotaping stuff.
Yeah. He is there a lot too. I know. Is he from the mean streets of Schaumburg, as he likes to say?
He is from Schaumburg. Yeah, he's over there all the time.
Yeah.
So, but either way, I mean, that would be a cool thing. Maybe if John's listening, let him know. Richie and I will be willing to play blackjack with him. So, Rich, we gamble 600,000 a hand sometimes. Why not? We go higher than that.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
We catch
Get that Uncle Jimmy Black card. You know what I mean? That thing doesn't run out.
Rich, you just get a raise.
Yeah, another one. I deserve it. Thanks, Don. Appreciate that.
You're welcome, man. I'm here for you.
Surfside sponsor. You hear that? Raises, baby.
When the rep comes in this week, she's going to be happy.
yes, she will be.
She'll be wearing new shoes.
Yeah. Thanks to you, cousin Donnie.
Yeah. So what I was getting at is that the SSA is now running Westchester, even though they say they don't.
Correct.
Even though we pay Westchester, they're running the North-South, even though Danny Atkins runs the North-South.
Right. Yep.
Correct. They run Midsummer. They don't run Forest Park. They have nothing to do with Forest Park, and they run Nationals. So they won 4 of the 5 major events that we claim that are major tournaments for the year.
Yeah.
What if the SSA would open their hands a little bit to make some change in some of these tournaments? Do you think that would be, you think it's a good thing for softball to open the doors to let other people in? Depending who it is, of course.
I do, but I also think too it's
like what I'm getting at is what do you want them to do differently to make, because you talked about earlier in the show about it's getting stale, right? So what can they do differently, because they do run 4 of the 5, that would make the game, in your opinion, I guess, better,
I
or just
definitely
make
think
it kind of new
I
again?
definitely think the formats for sure, 100%. I also think switching up the parks as well. I mean, I understand Westchester's ran TOC forever and whatever, but it's always there. Why not have it Niles or somewhere else or somewhere north? We haven't had with Prospect being gone. There's not a lot of tournaments north anymore. Like out that way. Like
Yeah.
why not switch up the venue? And when you do switch up the venue,
Like
yeah.
Wheeling.
Well, we've been to Wheeling. I'm just saying other places you haven't been. You know what I mean? So you could bring softball to that area. And then when you do have it at different parks, you invite the restaurants and the people from that area. You let people know that we're going to be there, so they know we're going to be there, so they come watch and see what's going on, and maybe they get interested that way. But I think changing up the venue would be a good idea. Changing up the format. Make TOC single elimination. Finish on Saturday night one time. And then make it like Yuma style the next year. Like just keep it switching up. So it's not the same old tournaments every year, all the same way. And I think the biggest reason, like I said earlier, and I'm stressing this, is the world is not the same as it was before. It's not, you got to adapt to what's going on, and shorter tournaments and shorter commitments for the long run is what we need right now. And that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Like Mike Trunk just said Northbrook. That's true. Like there's a lot of beautiful parks around everywhere. We're just looking the same old places we've all looked since forever because that's what we're told we're supposed to do. And I just think it's silly.
Richie, to your point, like Midsummer is a different format. Single elimination, one day tournament.
But that's not by design. That's by accident, and it's the difference.
But what you're saying is true. Like it's just at a really bad time because it comes the weekend
it's not
after
thought out.
South.
It wasn't planned to do that way. It was just Father's Day weekend. Let's just make it single. It'll be less money. Blah blah. We'll get it done and over with.
Correct.
But that's not doing the due diligence to make it better. That's just using the time you have with the weekends as jammed up as they are.
Right. It comes at a
And
bad
again,
time.
it's easy to say from my garage, you're going to serve side on a Wednesday, right? I don't go to these meetings. I don't put my foot in the SSA door. I don't tell them what are my
You're
opinions
not
on this, But again, I don't think if I did do that and did go there, anything would happen anyways. If people have gave them opinions and suggestions and did polls on Facebook where it's 99 to 3, 99 to 1, where one side was voted that way and it wasn't, done or even tried. There's just no effort to even try something different unless it's forced like it is this weekend with Father's Day. And it's just, I just wish those guys would realize like times are changing. We need to figure it out. They've done a great job. I appreciate those guys. I'm talking shit, but I'm talking shit because they're scared of change and they don't want to have any kind of change. It's just, and it has become a dictatorship over the last 3 or 4 years. I don't care what anybody fucking says it has. And that's just what it is.
Yeah. What do you think about Major Nationals leaving Joliet?
I think it's a fucking joke and it was done on purpose.
What was the
I think
purpose?
it's the best. I think it's a joke that it's got switched from there. I think that they're saying that it wasn't available that day, and I don't think that it was. I think it has a lot to do with different things outside of softball, and it's unfortunate that that happened. And that's strictly my opinion on it, right? But I definitely think it has something to do with, like I said, things outside of softball. That is the best facility to have a nationals at in this area that we've ever had it as. And everyone has said that the whole time. Like, everyone loves it out there. It's a great place, great area. And there's been no issues. And of course, now there's an issue all of a sudden. So conveniently, I disagree with it.
Yeah. So we talk about moving though parks, right? And I know Joliet's a great complex, but to your point, going back to Marshalltown, Iowa for maybe once every 2 or 3 or once every 3 years, maybe once every 4 years, I think is good for softball. They're saying teams won't go out there. I know we can't get full rosters here, but I beg to differ on that because I think guys do like to travel if they know.
You got to say it ahead of
that
time, though. You got to give them a year notice. Like, here, when do we start talking about Yuma? Right after Yuma. You know what I mean? Like, a month or 2 after that, we always talk about it for the next following year because you need time to plan. You know what I mean? Because the world is different. You can't just pick up and decide to go to Arizona for a weekend. You got to plan for that shit nowadays. This is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So Marky Robinson's asking where they moved Major Nationals
Carroll
to.
Stream.
I believe it's the same Carroll Stream, the same spot
for the last 100 years.
Nationals.
Although I think they got new turf there, so it is nice. Did some upgrades.
Yeah.
We wore it out
they did do some
we wore it out the last Kevin Johnson. That's right, buddy. That's right.
But the thing is that you talk about that, but my point is I think guys do get excited to go to out of town with the team. I mean, think about it. Most of the teams don't do that now. Where I grew up doing that, and that's kind of how you build your team. You're kind of you hang out with guys that you normally don't maybe hang out with on a regular basis out of town. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or you're drinking with guys till 2 a.m. and you're getting to know people on a different level. So 100% agree with you. So what did he say? What's the average
age of all the SSA board members?
Which is another good point. You know I've heard Patty, I've heard some of these guys say that we need some younger blood in the SSA.
If it wasn't
I
ran by
believe-
one person, that would be fine. But when it feels like you have to go through one person to get anything done, it's not fine anymore. And it's hard to get involved in something like that because you're not backing like a democracy, you're backing a dictator, and that's not fun. And nobody wants to be a part of that.
So Mike Trump is one of the individuals I believe that is new to the SSA board. He's a younger guy.
Former Hex guy.
I've actually had very good talks with him. Francisco, I think, does a tremendous job with the B Nationals and everything that he does. I get along with Francisco very well. Awesome dude. I mean, Tyler was huge in softball. You know, he's got kids, and I understand he's been around a little bit more recently. But let's just face it, he's just not, you know, he dedicates his time when he's available, and I can't blame the guy for that, right? So I give him credit for doing what he does. You know what I mean? So, and he's a younger guy too. Tyler's still in his, 40s, early 50s.
I just think new people, new ideas, right? Like, it's nothing against them. Like, no one's telling them to walk away or not be a part of it or not have a big part of it. Like, it's just be open-minded to what opinions and suggestions people are giving you, and maybe at least attempt to use some of them sometimes, right? Like, this is the first time any one of their tournaments has ever been anything but double elimination ever, right? I mean, I can't remember one that hasn't been.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know, right? I mean, first time in 12 years, you change the tournament format one time. I mean, and I know this is a lot of like negative stuff towards them, but they do a lot for the game. Every one of those guys, and a couple of those guys I'm close to. I like Patty a lot. A couple of those guys are my guys, but they also got to just be open to new things, and some of them aren't. They're stubborn old men. It is what it is. They're good guys, but they won't. Got to look forward.
Here's one of the better, Here's a guy who's been around softball, player, good player, whatever you don't want to say, one of the better players. Major Nationals, California would be cool, but it's a tough ask. Wouldn't mind going somewhere else. And I honestly think that a lot of guys at the major level, I think would agree to that. Like, I think it'd be cool knowing in March that Labor Day weekend we're going to Aberdeen, South Dakota.
And also, it would spark playing against different people potentially more and more, because we play the same people all the time, every tournament. So like that's why you go to Yuma and play. That's why it's so fun to go to Yuma. You play against different people. That's why you go to Marshalltown.
And guess who doesn't want to see the same teams all the time? The fans watching the games too. Like that's why Yuma's so exciting. And I was talking to Jimmy about this, and it's actually pretty crazy. I know for their 50th anniversary tournament, they had like a crazy, crazy amount of teams in the tournament, right? I don't remember exactly how many it was, but there was a lot of teams. And it's like, how could an organization like a small one like the Yuma Park District get a tournament of 40 plus teams in a state that has nothing to do with 16 in softball for one time a year, but we can't figure out how to do it here. Right? Like, isn't that kind of crazy? Like they have a 40. When have we had a 40 plus team tournament that all of us were allowed to participate in? That was in the last 20 years, but they did it, and they did it as a little park district. Like, why can we not figure it out? I just think you get new people in there with new ideas.
I would love,
and maybe something will change. But if we keep, like Jimmy DeFalco said, you keep doing the same thing, you're gonna get the same outcome. It just is what it is,
or whatever he said.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Jeez, you're gonna look at that one again tomorrow, Donnie. I know you are.
Well, and to your point, think about how, I know I was excited, but think about how many people were excited to play Rismondo the last 2 years.
Fired up.
Right?
And that was one
team.
Think about that was one new team. One.
Yeah. Really, and what did they do the next year? They came back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's what it's about, because they had a good time and they won and they liked the game, and it was, they were introduced to it. They like it.
Probably something different for them too. It was probably fun for them doing something different.
They're talking about going to Yuma next year for Memorial Day weekend, just so you know. There's some rumblings.
Be sweet.
So
Might skip next year, though.
yeah. So like, yeah, if they go to Yuma, it's going to be pretty crazy to watch. So, but either way, I mean, think of how much, and that was just like, to your point, Rich, I made one phone call, couple text messages, and got Helmer, and they were.
And then the next day they were taking BP at the Dome. No big deal.
Sponsored by Surf.
Yeah, they all walked in, shirts tucked in, didn't say a word, walked right in. And all of a sudden you just hear the Dome pelted. Boom, 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 boom. boom.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Good guys, too.
Yeah, but I mean, to their point, like, I think it'd be cool to get, and that was just to get more teams. I mean, I'd love to get more 12-inch teams to come in for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that would be good too. I think if you guys go on those comments, I think Rusty had a good comment there about how many board members are there even? Are there elections for board members? Is there leadership changes? What happened for the players, by the players? Do the players even have a say for what's going on? I mean, he has a lot of valid questions in that statement, right? I mean,
hold that question back up, Donnie. So
we should elect Rusty to be on the SSA board.
No, absolutely not. I love him, but no, not for him.
So how many board?
Not for me either, by the way.
And also, why not elections for board members so leadership changes? Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
You have HOA board, right? You have elections. So for players, by the players, right? Do the players even have a say for what goes on? The answer is no. Like, that was the whole point of us, Donnie. Remember, we were talking about putting the player stuff together, but then we thought about it. And we're like, well, wait a minute. We do this. What is it going to
work? Right, because if they just disagree, they're going to do what they want anyways.
Donnie and I wrote a list down. The only way it stops is if the players on that board say, hey, we're not coming to play. If you don't
Jimmy, you did that poll a few years ago about the ending tournaments on Saturday nights, and I think literally it was like an over 90%. Yes, we want tournaments to end on Saturday night, and nothing was done or even thought about being done or even talked about or even saying like, hey, guys, we got everything set for this year. Let us figure something out for next year. Like, just some kind of like acknowledging what we're bringing up and what we're asking for in some capacity, right?
So they did bring me to a board meeting, just so you know. They brought me to a board meeting, which was basically a complete joke.
That's what I mean. That's what deters people from going, because it's like you don't want to go there and get yelled at by these guys.
Yeah, so I was not treated. I mean, this was a while ago, obviously, when all the shit was going on with Gio, but I was not treated very well with Gio. Gio did not respect me very well at all in the meeting. I think the board members there that day would say that and would agree with me. It was very I wouldn't say unprofessional by himself, but very disrespectful of how he, talked to me when I was going through. And I gave them a bracket that would start on Thursday, end on Saturday night. Because they, and they didn't like it, of course, because it wasn't their idea. I just don't know how you can get through to them. And honestly, quite frankly, I mean, a lot of the players and people in the game, they think that we're crazy when I tell them that I speak to 90 to 95% of softball. Rich,
well, you proved it
every day.
You proved it. You did a poll on there. I mean, it was everyone that responded. I mean, and like I said, nothing was even brought up about it.
But you're around me every day. You know how many people in softball call me every day. My phone rings all day long.
5 phones for a reason.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, in reality, it's just, and it's always good stuff. It's not bad, but it's at the same time, it's just like, well, why do we do what we do? Well, we do what we do because we love the game, and we do what we do because if somehow I can get the SSA to work with us to basically make it a committee and not a dictatorship, I think there could be change for all the players. How do we get to that point? I don't know yet. I haven't figured it out. And that's what I've been trying to think about. Because, like, I, to your point, SSA's done a lot of good, right? I mean, some things not so good, some things better than others, right? But at the same time, you're always going to have good and bad of anything you do in life. Like our business, there's always going to be good, there's always going to be bad. But you want the bad to outweigh the good, right? So, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't know how I can get through to them. And I'm not saying I'm the guy that the players want to do it, right? I think the players have to vote on that.
But even if we do that, and we do vote on it, and there is let's say we do an association, right? Like to your point earlier, what does that even mean to them, right? Like if we go to them and say, hey, This is what we all want. There's 12 or 15 captains from the top 15 teams. This is what we all agreed on. This is what we're looking to have do. If you guys can help us accomplish this, let us know. Whatever. Like include us in the conversation. I don't even think that's. I don't think that would happen. I think they would say, okay, yeah, we'll talk about it, and then they would just do whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
I mean,
so there was a comment. We talk about softball players. So there was a comment in the thing that says rocks roll, and here's the ball. I went and played with a team on the south side of Chicago. I think Donnie, I want to say I was the only major guy on a team that played on that roster. Yep. Donnie shows up to a Park League team with 15 major players, and they're the only major team in the whole tournament. But I went out there, Rich, and I played with these kids, and I was not like, I'm not going to sit there and say I'm buddy with all of them, but I got to hang out with them all day, and they were really cool kids. I mean, there were some really good players, some really cool kids. And that's how I think you grow. Like, you have somebody that is out there and have a knowledge. And Donnie, to Donnie's point earlier, Donnie is playing a lot of these park leagues and knows a lot of these younger kids, right? I don't get to play them as much as Donnie does, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we need more of that in the game. We need
you got to figure out a way to get these younger guys in.
Right.
Yeah.
It's actually a great idea that you talked about earlier, saving some money on umpires and giving guys free bids to A Nationals.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I said, it's a lot of. I mean, major nationals.
What do you mean? You can't afford $75 this weekend?
It's still
A Nationals, major nationals, co-ed nationals.
I'm sure some of those kids don't even know the tournament exists.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. You go to, like you said, you go to these parks, they have no clue. They have no idea. They don't know about your show. They don't know about Surfside. They don't know about nothing.
They don't know about different levels of ball. They don't know where they even stand because they've never played in a tournament before.
So, but when you go up to them and you say, hey, whoever wins your league, whoever's the league champion, you give them the free bid. Say, hey, this is the free bid. You come to this tournament these days. You come to the draw. Give them your free bid. They'll explain to you what's going on, and you come out and play.
Right.
And like I said, if you give out 10 free bids, $4,000 out of the between 5,000 and 8,000 extra you give the umpires, use that for 10 $400 bids. And if you get 4 or 5 teams that actually come, that's 4 or 5 more teams than you had before, and at least you're trying, right? You're trying to give kids a chance to learn the game and learn how we play it, right? Because this is our system, this major softball that we all like quote unquote play. This isn't like just how softball is played everywhere, right? There's all different kinds of systems of softball throughout the state. You just got to figure out where these parks are and give them an opportunity to get involved with us. That's all.
I mean, to your point, look at Sycamore. You picked a kid up that's on your roster.
Thank you, Mark Holstein.
But I'm just saying, he's from Sycamore. Nice player, hits the ball hard. I mean, how many more guys in Sycamore out there that are probably good
fun
players?
Fact, the left fielder from, I believe, Future. Well, he was playing left field against us. I don't know if he plays it all the time. The left fielder that plays on Future plays in the Sycamore League as well and is good friends with Nick. So it's funny. Like there's people out there. There's teams out there. You just got to give them an opportunity to see what we're doing. Just like we don't know where they are, they don't know where we are, right? Like, and we have the avenue to do it because, like I said, just a little bit of common sense thinking to save money. I mean, that was just common knowledge. Hey, umpire, we don't need 2 umpires. We don't. I mean, no offense to them, they help us out, great. We don't need 2 of you. One of them is great. We played with one the whole tournament. We don't need 2 now. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, it caused more problems than helps.
Honestly, you mentioned about the bid thing. They used to do that on the ASA side. When I first started playing softball, they used to give bids out to parks.
Yeah.
So like
now there's not even enough teams to have a turn. Like you're begging for more teams to play. You don't even have.
We still haven't said the top 24 that are going to Forest Park, by the way. I don't care what Jimmy says.
Well, I mean, I'm at 18, and then you got Menace is 19, Ribs are 20.
Jim, I was kidding.
YTD's 21. So,
but I mean,
when you look at
it obviously doesn't have to be that exact way, right? But there's just got to be avenues where we can all come together to think of a logical way to spread the game if we're trying to actually grow it and keep it around. Because like Mike said, there's people like Mike Crawford said, there's people out there playing the game, younger guys playing the game. I mean, look at what he just said. That 21-year-old league that he's got. There's teams that they got their own bases and shit. You know what I mean? Like, why not then throw them in a B League Nationals for nothing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, just any kind of exposure to how we do it is going to be more beneficial, or at least it's an effort. There's no effort right now. The effort is social media. But social media is also hold on real quick. Social media is also hurting it as well, right? Because if you're being able to watch it from your house on your couch. You're not there at the game watching at the
Yeah.
park, right? So you're not. It hurts it, but it doesn't, right? 'Cause you watch it for 10 minutes, you get bored, you turn it off, you do something else. If you're at the park, you got to sit there and watch.
But that's Sunday. That's a Sunday at 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Right.
On a Saturday at 6, 7
gonna
o'clock
be
at
popping.
night, more people be willing to hang out
Yeah.
at the park because they don't have work. the
Yes,
next-
and you want and if you know, like if you get knocked out early, you know what I mean. Like if we play at 9:30 on Saturday. If we get knocked out, we're gonna be there for the championship game. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna stay and hang out. We know it's that day. We know it's over with. We know we got to plan to be there anyways. Like it's an easy fix. And what's built in with with
Yeah.
that system too is the rain day. I mean, you've had a lot less rainouts when you can just play on that
Right.
Sunday, right? We don't even have to worry about a 7-hour span compared to a 12 or 15. Just it's just different,
Yeah.
you know.
And
And
think about Iowa too. Teams from Iowa, teams from out of state coming to play because they know they can stay till Sunday and not have to worry about driving home and being home at 1, 2 in the morning. You're losing some top teams because of the travel.
right. I mean, it shows this weekend. Look, I mean,
Mhm.
they gave up the winners bracket championship game to go home
Yep.
because it was going to be delayed. I mean, how unfortunate is that?
Yeah, that sucks.
You know, and guess what? If it was done Saturday night was pretty nice weather, right?
It's great.
I mean, and again, if it doesn't work, you tried. Move on. Fine. Hey, the parks
Right.
got pissed. They said if we're not doing 4 days, we can't be here anymore. Okay, fine. You tried and it's whatever. But with no effort, you can't say anything
Parks
because there's
ain't
no
gonna give a
effort.
shit. Dude, Parks ain't gonna give a shit. I called multiple parks and they were fine with me renting one day. They
Yeah.
care less.
Well,
That's
and
all
I think too,
bullshit.
like if you do the pool play thing, like going back to that, like how you're doing it, Jim, like with all these like smaller parks, like let's say you use 2 or 3 parks around Westchester, for instance, for TOC, and you have a couple pool play games there at night. Like, you know, having that at different parks, people are like, oh, what's going on? Like, what is this? Why are you guys here? You know what I mean? Like, you have no idea
Mhm.
what you're going to see when they're not normally there. You know, maybe you have a couple local vendors go out to those little smaller parks on Friday night to kind of just spread the word. You know, like it's just we're doing the same thing
Yeah.
for too long is the problem.
Well, you know, you made me think of a good comment earlier. A good thought was you mentioned about parks. Well, there's still a lot of suburb parks that play 16
A
inch
ton.
softball, right?
And
So
city parks too.
you-
Like the Grand Park. I think there's like one league at Grand Park, right? But like all those lakefront leagues and shit like
Mhm.
that. They have no idea how we play softball. They have no clue.
Right.
Well, what I was getting at is that if you think about it, like Jackson Perry works in a section of Hamlin Park, right? You have people in softball that actually work in areas and territories around the city of Chicagoland area. Okay. You know, we're out near the Joliet. If there's teams out in Joliet, like you can have different guys in different sections of softball, people watching or playing a part of these leagues that could promote our game that should be on a board, maybe not on the board, but reporting to somebody that's on the board.
Yeah.
That is voted in. Right. And then all of a sudden what would happen is if you get voted in, you're actually getting true votes on a board. So if you got 7 people, those 7 people are voted in by the softball community.
Yeah.
Think about
that
this
would be
really
good.
quick. Like you brought up Jackson, right? He watches over a ton of parks during the week and watches a ton of games. What if there was an outside influence that was a member of a group that was like, hey, Jackson, give me 2 teams that you think can play in A Nationals. We're trying to grow A Nationals. People that don't have any major guys on the team, right? People that would qualify for A or B Nationals. Jackson can probably give you 10 teams that could play in A
Or
Nationals.
how about going to a 12-inch league, like a B League 12-inch league, and say, hey,
try 12.
when are you?
Try 16.
Yeah, with gloves. Same thing, just bigger ball. That's all. Here's a free bid, $400. It's at this, Carol Stream or wherever the hell they're gonna have it that year. Come out that weekend. You never know. If they turn it down, they turn it down. Then you don't lose the money. But at least you're trying to do something different than what you've always done. Period.
Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing too about a lot of these parks. Yeah, you got a lot of major guys jumping on some of these teams in Palatine, Itasca, Des Plaines, Joliet, Plainfield.
But those parks all know.
But there's still enough players to make those teams to come out. You know what I mean? They could pick up, maybe there's 6 teams, 7 teams in the league, kind of like what the Kennedy Park All-Stars is doing for our tournament. They're taking, I think they're taking the best players from that league and they're making
that's going to be a good team.
Okay.
It's awesome.
And they're going to come out and play the event next weekend. I'm excited for that because why? I want to see how they do against major talent. Now I know maybe some of the major teams won't be at full strength, but so what? they're still bringing out their best, and they're going to be playing some of the best.
Jim, you're excited
Yeah.
about the Kennedy Park All-Stars because it's a different team.
Right.
It's different players.
Right.
Right. Like, it's exciting. Like, who the hell is Kennedy All-Stars going to have? How many times this year,
they're going to have a good team.
3 years, have you had, who the hell are they going to have? Right? Doesn't matter.
Think about it. What if Des Plaines did it? What if Plainfield did it?
Yes.
What if Western Spring, they have a league? What if they did it? They could put an all-star team together and play at a major event. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
You know, and it, you know, there's shit all over the place.
It's actually a great idea.
The problem is
to have the Digglers get a bid because their social media presence is so damn high that they would just attract new people into softball. And do you know who that is, Jim?
Yeah.
The Digglers? Are you sure?
No.
They're a 12-inch team out of, like, I think they play in the city of like Merrimack or something like that. They have a huge social media following. They play 12-inch. They're not like an amazing 12-inch team, but they have a bunch of personalities on the team, and people watch their videos.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but once again, it stems back to how do we do the change on the board? How do we get more stuff? All the stuff we're talking about takes time, right? So you have to have some buy-in from the players, and I'll be honest with you, right now you have zero buy-in from the players.
Because there's not allowed, right? I mean, I don't know. Like I think it was Russ who said earlier about like voting people in and voting people, you know, with the change of leadership and stuff like that. Because if you have change of leadership, you're getting different opinions, different views, different ideas, because they're able to do it because they're the ones at the top making the decisions. If you don't have change of leadership, nothing's going to change unless it's allowed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love all this stuff, but like I said, how do you go forward? Because to my point is the players don't buy in. And I know that there's some that say they do. Deep down inside, they don't. And they're just afraid to admit it because they're afraid of the outlash that they're going to get from the people that are in charge now.
Yeah.
So, that Rich, you know, I mean, you bring up a lot of great points. I just don't know how we change that. And that was the thing with the players union that Donnie and I were talking about. We wrote a list down of 30 people, and I still have the list here, I think, on my desk. And it was some of the really good players, some of the players that were kind of on some of the A teams. Like, we had a good mix of people. I just don't know what to do from that point to get into those heads, because
what about having like a representative from every team, right? Like you have a representative from every team, whether it's the owner of the team or the head coach or whatever, someone who makes decisions on a team. What, Don?
I think it would be better if it were the players.
But but that's fine. But like what I'm saying is like, right, but they got to be able to make a decision for that team, right? Because you can't ask 500 people what they want, right? You got to have like Jackson Perry or Rieger's got to say what they want for Whale. You know, V or myself is say what we want for Hex. Spencer, your buddy Spencer, would say what they want for.
They're going to listen to
you know
them.
What I mean? But like but what I'm saying is like you have one representative from every team, and that's the representative, and then those guys all make decisions based on how the teams want it and bring it to the board, and then they do whatever they want to do with it, right? Yeah. But they would almost like have to. I mean, at least entertain what we're bringing to the table, because those are all the head coaches of all the teams that you're going to be having in these tournaments, right? So if they're not going to do it, and we all say, okay, well, you know, not like an ultimatum, but like we all need to agree on things, right? More so than you just tell us what we're doing. Like, these are what we want. This is what the changes we want. However you want to implement it is up to you, but these are what we want, right? These are the changes that we're looking for because of this, and this. We all agree. We all sign off. Make it happen. That way they're still in charge. We still get an input. And things might be different, but getting to that point is almost impossible.
Right. So really quick, I just want to say thank you to everyone in the audience.
Yeah.
Obviously tonight's show's a little longer than normal, but we have a lot of good talks going on right now. We're not going to end the stream. We're going to continue to move forward, but thank you to our sponsors, Surfside, Signature Transportation Group, Beacon Tap, Cut Shot, the new 16-inch bat. So thank you to all those guys. Definitely appreciate it. Hit that share button. Please hit the share button, share our game.
Jimmy,
getting back to
give a little leeway to Rich tomorrow. He gets an hour. Give him an hour in the morning.
3 of these? Are you nuts? Knock it off. I'll be there early.
3 on the stream. We don't know how many he had before.
Yeah, so
one before.
Either
4
way,
total.
but
Okay. Nothing.
getting back to softball and getting back to what we're talking about in this game, Rich. How would you go about that, though? Is my question. Do you sit down the SSA board and say this is what we want as players? Like that was the whole point of
Yeah,
the players.
I mean, yes, but you have
Because
to almost sit
hold on,
down with the
finish.
players first, right? That's what I mean about the representative. Like you almost have to reach out. Go ahead.
The top 7 teams in softball right now are all run by people mostly over 50 years old that played in the old style. So you mentioned about asking
But who
between
though?
45s,
Oh yeah, I mean, okay, I guess, okay,
45,
yeah, okay.
45s flash signature.
Whale doesn't.
Okay, all former players that were run back in.
I think you
the
have to go
90s,
top 3
okay?
teams. I don't think there's much after that though, Jim.
High Y, Tony Ward, or
Travis
BTA,
won.
Tony
Oh,
Ward.
okay, well, BTA. I say Travis runs high Y.
Who else? I mean, I'm trying to think.
I'm just saying. I think a way to do it
about
is like you said. You have a representative from each team that will speak for their team, and
Moneyline, Matty Dozen, another guy.
yeah,
If you really think about it, like, so that's what I'm getting at is like, how do you get through to them? The only way I can think of is if you take the players, but the problem is I don't know if they're even going to listen because they think that, I've went through this. I've thought of it. Trust me, I've thought of it. Rich,
Yeah.
I thought of this. How do you get through? I went to a damn meeting by myself and got literally ripped apart by them. So it's like, what do you do differently? You know what I mean?
yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I said my few ideas with like reaching out to parks that you guys all mentioned parks earlier, but like I'm talking about parks that we do not know that, well, not that we don't know, but like that play the game that don't know us and the way we play it. Right. That's who we got to reach out to and like infiltrate because they're the ones who spread the games because they don't know about it yet. And I think that would be a good avenue to go down. And like I said, saving the money from the umpire situation, I feel like saves money without having to make more money, keeps the game the same, and puts it towards spreading the game. I mean, if you do that every year for 5 years, you're going to get more teams that are involved. Period. You have to just based on people like free shit and they're going to come and then they come again, they have a good time. Maybe one of them makes a run and you tell them like, hey, if you guys want to pick up anybody from your league, go ahead, like whatever. That's why you can't be like a Merrimack because there's all kinds of people that play at that park in mid-major ball. But outside of like the Sycamore leagues and the Grant Park leagues or the South Shore leagues or whatever, and even beyond that, like there's all kinds of parks that play this game, and we have to find a way to get those kids and people interested to play our way, right? Because that's the goal, is to keep our way alive, because that way is the way it's been forever. And I think that would be a great way to do it. Other than that, I'm not really sure. It's not, like I said, it's not easy to play the game the way it is right now. It's just not. You got to get really lucky to find people that have the time, energy, and want to play the game right now that haven't done it before, right?
Yeah.
Like explaining to guys.
And I'll be dead honest with you, Rich. I mean, think about what I've been telling you for the last 2.5 years. Even when I was on Hex, what was I telling you? The game's boring to me, right? I can't get involved in that. I'm not interested. It's just it doesn't interest me the way it did before. And this is going back 3 years ago. Like it's the same shit every weekend.
Yeah.
And to me, it's boring. And I think that's why, I think someone else put it in the chat earlier. That's why you don't see the commitment, because it's the same shit.
Yeah, it's boring and it's too hard to
players.
commit. Two things that are going to deter you from doing anything, right? If it's something's boring to you and you can't, and it's hard to commit to it, like why would you want to do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
When you can get other variations of it in a shorter span.
But it's just hard to get up to play certain games. You know what I mean? It really is, like, to be mentally involved in the game. And honestly, it affects the way you play. It affects the way you just go about yourself, because you're not mentally in the game. And I think
not excited to be there.
It doesn't bother. And I think that a lot of guys in softball probably feel the same way, that, hey, this shit's repetitive.
What?
And that's why everyone gets up at Forest Park, because it's like the one tournament a year that everyone feels like, oh, it's a big one, right? And that one's even been down the last handful.
Why do you think everyone who learns about Yuma wants to go there, wants to play at one time, and because they want the experience, right? Because it's something new, it's something fresh, it's something exciting. It's a place they've never played before. It's people they've never seen play the game. They want to go out there and they watch all these California and Arizona teams play with these 26 to 28 ounce bats and just mash the ball. And they're like, how do you do that? It's different for these guys because it's fun and it's new. And that's what I think about these new parks that don't know how we play. If we show them how we play and show them the tournaments and the summer series stats and all the stuff that we're doing, which is great, that they might pique their interest. Who knows? And if we don't try, we're never going to know. We're talking about this year after year, and nothing changes because they don't want it to change. It's the same way that it's been forever.
Well, here's a great player that was on our team, Brian Evans. Really good player on the Hex a handful of years
The
ago.
professor.
He's no longer playing the game because
he's having kids, man. He's busy. He's doing other shit.
But same shit though. It's boring
Yeah.
to him. I guarantee if it was interesting to him, he'd still be playing because he was 100% a gamer.
Yes, he was.
So I don't know, Donnie. You've been awful quiet, Donnie. What's going through that lovely little head of yours?
No, this is. I love the.
Did Sal text you and say not to say nothing?
What?
Did Sal text you? Did Sal text you and tell you not to say
Absolutely
nothing just
not.
to make sure?
No, I love the comments. Like I just been reading the comments and seeing like this is probably the most interaction we've had on this show in like a year, because people feel passionately about what we're talking about, and for them to even just drop a comment like, "Oh, this is great. Your energy is great. Like this is a park we should play at. These are groups we should go after." Like.
This is how you're going to do it. You're going to do it in a forum like this where you can get a group of people talking where everyone can voice their opinion. Yeah, we're the three idiots on camera and we all have faces for radios, but we're all here listening to the people that are in the comments, and then we're talking about it and we're bringing it to light. You know what I mean? Like that honestly, just going on here and just talking about like stuff like this weekly would be advantageous to do that for just softball. You know what I mean? Like you guys do it.
Goes somewhere. If the right people listen, right? Like we can.
You know what I was thinking, because when you guys talk, I think maybe Donnie, you and I should call a park that's new in softball, that's a 16-inch league, and bring them on. The person that runs
Jeff Jackson on.
Almost.
We'll have Jackson back.
No, he's a new guy, Donnie, to like explain how softball is to the guy that runs the park, so that he can bring it to the team.
Western Springs guy.
Pay attention, Don. What are you doing here?
Well, Jackson runs multiple fields. I mean,
but Jackson knows softball. He's talking about somebody who doesn't know softball, so that he can explain what we're doing to his own new league where we don't know about and they don't know about us.
I'm following.
Right. Like maybe we should look. There's a million leagues that have been posted in there. Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should call a league director and ask them to come on our show to talk about their league.
Sure.
Even just getting in front of them and talking about how we play softball, what we do, and just giving our point of view to them, and then explaining them about the tournaments and stuff like that, and see if there's an avenue where we could show them how we play the game via the tournaments. You know what I mean? Maybe host at their park or something, or have a small tournament at their park or whatever. Or, come live stream their playoffs. Like you guys go out and live stream their playoffs. That'd be awesome. Or I'll do it or whatever. I'll help out.
It'll be like, where is our video going? Yeah. Where can we watch that?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the Uncle Jimmy Close Downey show next week. We're going to talk about it. We're actually going to have your championship manager on there to talk about the game. Like, that's how you're going to do it. It's not about having fucking me and Jackson Perry and all these other guys that we know from softball. It's about having new people on there. The girls was great tonight. That was awesome. That was great to see the girls on there. That's new. That's different. People like that. It's how you need to keep everybody interested. And to keep everybody interested, you got to go after people that don't know about the game. And doing that at the same parks with the same people isn't going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
I mean, so if you're watching the show, I would like you guys to post some. I know a bunch of people have already posted, Donnie, leagues that are out there. But post some softball leagues that maybe we wouldn't know of that are playing 16-inch softball across the Chicagoland area. So
there's some comments.
There you go. JP just explains.
Yeah, but all the ones he just said, those are all parks that our guys all play at. I'm talking about parks that you do not play at. The Sycamores, the random ones, the South Shores, like the ones that we go there, you would know nobody. You walk into the park, you know nobody. Nobody. Those are the ones you need to get to. Des Plaines, Norridge, Merrimack, Hiawatha, Itasca, all those places, everyone plays at those parks. I want to go there where they don't know Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie, okay? That's where you got to go, because you got to explain to them how, you know what I mean, get them involved.
Donnie, didn't we do the Sycamore? We did the Sycamore Championship a couple years ago with Holstein.
Did we? I don't remember that.
Yes, we did. We live streamed the Sycamore Championship a couple years ago. Holstein had his
Mike Trump, Barrington, Palatine. Yeah, those are the kind of parks. Mike Trump just said, Barrington, Palatine. Those are the kind of parks you got to get to in some way, in some capacity, to have two of their teams involved or whatever,
Western Springs, they run a big league.
Western Springs is a good league.
I don't know any. Not many
Jay-
major players play in much.
Played out there last year, and like JD was umpiring randomly. I had no idea.
Yeah, JD used to umpire at the Villa Park League too on Friday nights. That was a league that's no longer there. RIP, great league.
Tony
That's
Ward
the
is
reason why I live in
umpiring.
Lombard.
Like, how the hell did they even get out there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, you got to find parks that none of our guys play at, none of the guys play at, and figure out a way to talk to those guys and buy their bats and get them involved in it with our tournaments and stuff.
Buy their bats.
I mean, 12-inch leagues too would be huge. I mean, 12. You can't give up on 12-inch.
I mean, think about going to not like a lower level one, right? Like you want to go to a B or like a C, like something like that, like something mid level, and you give the champion the free bid and tell them to come check it out. And you guys, whatever. If you guys want to come. If you don't. Just give them the option. And if they say no, then you know what you do. You get to the second place team and the third place team and the fourth until you get one team out of that league to come play, right? And you see what happens. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, at least you tried. And you move on to the different avenue to try and figure out a way to get people in. But the same people, the same tournaments, the same way, the same structure, the same formats, the same payouts, the same shit is boring.
Yep. No, exactly. So, and I know Frank Simon just texted me. He said Butterfield, he actually posts a million different.
He does. Brian Sloan just said a good thing too. Carroll Stream has a ton of 12-inch tournaments. Like this year would be, hey, you give out 4 free bids from your top 12-inch leagues to that tournament. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you got to have different people giving different ideas, man. It's just what it is. And I don't even blame those guys. They don't have the same ideas. They have the same ideas that worked in the 90s that just don't work now.
Yeah. So Donnie, you were talking about what was on your mind, and then we kind of got.
No, I'm all good.
You were talking about the comments, and you were interested in some stuff, and then I kind of made fun of you about Sal.
True.
But what is your thought process on? You're a younger guy in the game. Is this something that you think you could see? We can get people that are your age to step up and help out.
The thing that stuck out to me the most in this piece of the show so far was Richie made an awesome point about trying to get people into A Nationals that don't know about the tournament already. They have no idea. They don't even know,
what it is
of softball means, right? When I explain that I play for a major team, someone's like, oh, what the fuck? What does that even mean? But it's like, to me, that's a huge deal, right? But if I talk to somebody else that plays at a lower level park, like I play at Hinckley Park on Thursdays, and none of those kids even know what signature is. So how can we introduce that and make people aware that there are, one, bigger leagues to play in, bigger ball to play in, and there's a goal to try and play for a top team if you're really invested in it. Some of those kids just go out once a week because it's something
but
to
not
do.
even that, like just getting their whole team involved and to see what we're doing to see if they right, because then think about it, they're also going to talk to their friends who play and like they're whatever, they're going to be just involved. They're going to see what's going on.
Them to play for a goal, right? Like, hey, we play at Hinckley. If we play good enough in this league, we'll get a bid to A Nationals, which is like, holy shit, right?
Right. What's that?
What the hell is that? But that would be really, really cool.
Yeah. Exactly. And
so Brian Sloan, I want to put this up there, and this is something I think.
Oh, that's cool.
Do. I knew Jimmy was going to do that.
The show's sponsor.
I knew you were going to do it as soon as I said, "Oh, yeah, that's an Uncle Jimmy move right there." Yep.
So let's have the show sponsor a 12-inch team from Carroll Stream, and he said he'll donate. But Anthony Tyler runs the league. I don't. Anthony Tyler runs the Carroll Stream League.
Does he really?
Is that what he said? I don't know what he means by that. Does he mean the tournament, the A National tournament that he runs, or does he mean Anthony Tyler runs the league? He runs the Carroll Stream 12-inch league.
That'd
I
be
didn't know
interesting.
that. Is that what he means, Rich? Because I think that's what.
I think I'm not sure.
Brian,
I'm not sure.
So maybe Brian can clarify what you mean by does Anthony Tyler actually run the league, based on your comment? Because if he did, that's news to me. How do I make people interested without sounding like you're fucking plays straight ball?
It's a good comment. It's fair. Anthony Kenny.
Oh, Anthony Kenny. Gotcha.
Okay.
Maybe he tagged him.
Yeah, that makes
Nick, you have to tag Anthony in the comments. That would be a great idea.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. So here's another individual. Our boy JP posted Jimmy, maybe you would know the answer from now running a tournament and what the cost, effect, damage, benefit offering say between different parks for free bids.
What is the cost of
Well,
the
I mean, I think what he means there is like what. Well, it would just cost us what the bids would be for nationals, right? So, if it entry fee is $300, you're giving that league $300 to send a team to the A national.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess the cost would be there. Wouldn't make much of a difference. I mean, you don't have to get insurance and other stuff. I don't know if that's where he's going with it, but to have multiple fields, the insurance ran me about, I think, $350 for the weekend, so it's not the end of the world. Runs the league. Okay, Sloan doesn't know what it means. It's so hard to do. Yeah. So I just think
Those Hex guys.
overall,
Gotta love them
Anthony
or hate
Kenny.
them, whichever you want.
Anthony Kenny. So what I mean is 10 teams at 300 is about 3,000. Can it SSA afford to do that?
And Richie, how do they do it?
JP.
By not having two umpires ever. Right. And honestly, you're not taking money away from anybody. I mean, the umpires, yes, but like it's only because we don't need to have two of them. They do it just for precaution or whatever else. I think it's like you get the plays more right, but they don't. And you put that towards stuff like this because I think gaining 5 to 6 more brand new 12 to 15 person teams a year is more beneficial than having two umpires at the end of the games. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's a significant amount of money for the full year. I mean, you're talking between if every national, if they have 3 nationals and they use if they have 24 teams at each nationals, which I know the co-eds they probably don't, so it's a little bit less. But they're anywhere between 3 and like 8,000 for the year. They're spending on the extra umpire in all their tournaments. All that money could be delegated somewhere else, way more beneficial than 2 umpires at the end of co-ed nationals in October. Like, we don't need to have.
They screw up way more with 2 than they do with 1.
That's what I mean, and that's what I'm saying. But that's just one way, right? That's just me thinking with using common sense. What is the easy way to gain more money without hurting anything or having to do it much more than tell an umpire, "Hey, we're only going 1 umpire the last games." You know, I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Donnie, any other topics? I don't know, fans, people watching, we appreciate it. Is there anything else you guys want to cover tonight? Because we're kind of on a roll. So
No, man.
No.
If you guys want
This was great.
But
This was awesome.
I've got everything off my chest. I hope that I hope the softball world watches the show. I hope the softball world understands where we're coming from. No hard feelings.
You hear
It's really
Brian
just about
Sloan just said a couple years ago he got a flyer at Itasca for the B Nationals. That's how he found out about it. That's another good idea too. Maybe like when you go to these parks and you get them to either commit one way or the other, would give them the free bid. You give them the flyer, show it to them. Hey, pass these out to all your teams, see if they're interested.
Yeah. So Donnie, I think it's a good idea. We could start looking for park people that run park districts. We can start doing it now. I mean, and honestly,
Donnie
having
loves
them on
these
the
comments.
show.
Look at them.
So good.
Yeah. And talking about
I got
softball.
4%
So
battery, so
I
not
think-
so good.
Yeah.
What'd you start with?
I think it's a
90?
83.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it was going to be a long one, buddy. I knew it.
Good for you, man.
Fucking you're right.
Man, this was a great discussion. Like this is why we kind of do it, right? This stuff right
This is
here.
the whole
put the show
reason.
together.
Like,
This is
listen,
it.
I love when you guys do the guests and stuff like that, but just getting on here and giving people like hey, we can just respond to the comments and all talk and all chat and all give our input and all come to this is what it should be. this is probably more shit got done tonight than any SSA meeting in the last 10 years. That's a fact.
Probably right.
You know what I mean? Like all the ideas, everyone bouncing off each other it's what you should do. This is what a democracy would be like. You just talk and figure it out. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, once again, we need someone to lead it with the players.
Oh, I'm going to
Get
umpire,
us through
Chris.
the head of-
I'm going to umpire. 100%. I can't wait. As soon as
Richie,
I'm
you
done
think you'll
playing.
transition into an umpire?
Definitely. 1,000%. It's easy.
I will also do it.
And I'm not doing it for
when
no
I'm done,
$50
because
fucking dollars a game either. $40. That's it. Flat. But I want all the good games.
Yeah. Donnie, who would be someone good that we could do that would be able to do what we're talking about? Invite all the board members for one show. We've actually tried to do that, believe it or not. We should do that.
We
The
have
SSA board
individually
members.
invited every board
Yeah.
member.
And how many of
And
them
we
came
have
on?
individually been told no.
No, Francisco's been on our show.
No,
To talk about the SSA?
Maddie Dozen. Yeah. Francisco's been on our show. Maddie Dozen's been on our show. Manny's been on our show. If I'm missing one, I apologize.
Steve-O? Did we have Steve-O? Isn't Steve-O part of the SSA?
Patty Caputo's told us no. Tyler's told us no, and Gio's told us
Right.
no, which is unfortunately the
Oh,
top
we
three
had Big
people.
Mick was on our
Yeah.
show before. He was always part of that.
But Big's not on the SSA no more. He actually left the SSA for a lot of the reasons we're talking about. Probably is my guess. He never said anything, but that's my.
Trying to charge up here, boys.
A lot of bats in that garage.
That's fine.
Oh, yeah. Well, you heard that, huh, Don? Jeez, you're good.
I talked to
You're
everybody.
good.
Who else is SSA board member that's been on our show?
Mikey Marola?
Yeah, Mikey's been on.
Mikey. Yeah, is he a board
Yeah.
member though?
Pretty sure.
He is.
Pretty sure he is.
Either way,
I did not.
He's an
know.
umpire. I know that. He's a good umpire, too.
man.
He's a good umpire. Kurt's a good umpire. Rob Grisano's not a bad umpire.
Yeah. Jimmy,
All
you
the
should
guys
ump
that
a
played.
national.
All the guys that played. Jeff Berger, Artie Bruchel, Bobby Russ. All good umpires. All good umpires. Because they played. You know? I don't know. I think that getting the new teams involved in some which way, and the new leagues that we all don't know about or they don't know about us is going to be.
You know what I'd like to do is I'd like to sit down with Adam Cumby and see what it would cost us to get him to go out and live stream some games when Donnie and I can't do it, because people ain't gonna do it for free. I know people ain't like Gio. It's just not. So you got to make it worth people's while to go out there and do things. And Adam's got a love for the game now that I didn't have years ago. So
Chooch.
Oh yeah, Chooch.
No.
Chooch actually watches the show.
What do
like
you-
him.
Do you think that Adam would do it, Donnie?
Yeah,
You think he'd
Yeah.
help us?
100%.
I think I don't even think you needed to be someone like that. Just anybody, like you said, who'd be willing to do it. Jump on a phone and just go record a game. You know, like if you make it available where like if someone calls you on a random Tuesday night and wants to go like just do a game, like who cares where it is or what it is, let them do it.
Yeah,
The more exposure, the better, right? I don't know.
that's kind of what we were talking about earlier. Like there's
with
a
the girls,
stream.
with the girls stuff.
And the streams like, oh, where the hell are those guys streaming that to? I want to go watch. And then they'll stumble upon this, and then all of a
The
sudden
thing
they're
with the
hooked.
girls is there's not enough tournaments to like get vetted interest in it. You know what I mean?
Chooch is
Oh, they're
catching
still on
strays
Chooch.
in there.
Oh, Jesus
How about
Christ.
we need Adam to get replay review available for No Glove Nationals, one challenge per team. That would be sweet.
pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Another thing too,
Yeah.
I think like with the formats and stuff, I think going to 1-1 the whole tournament is advantageous as well.
I like that.
Just keep it moving, man. Just keep it
Yes.
moving. Keep it moving.
I like one.
I mean, I really do think if you guys get the formats of finishing Saturday nights, like it's gonna help. It's gonna help. Here's the thing: it can't make it go worse. It can't be any worse.
right.
Well, think about what baseball
12
did.
inches all 1-1.
Think about what Major League Baseball did 3 years ago. What did they put in? A pitch
Yeah,
count.
timer
Why?
to keep the game going. Yeah,
Yeah. What do you think 1-1 does in 16
that keeps
inch?
it going.
Speeds
100%.
the game up. You have action almost every play. You don't have the first two pitches, ball one, strike one, and then you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like it does. It eliminates. Or a guy hits the ball a mile foul down the line, and you got to stand there and wait
Kurt.
5 fucking minutes to go get the.
Every other
you
at
know what I mean?
bat.
Like yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like 1-1, it eliminates that, right? So 1-1, you're up there aggressively ready to swing.
Yeah.
So it
Takes a
does
lot of
speed the
pressure off
game
those
up.
pitchers too.
Sure does.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys don't get that first strike,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes and no. I don't know. I think yes and no, because a lot of times you tend as a pitcher to try not to throw a strike or close to a strike on 1-on-1 count. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's different philosophies
Well,
of it.
you can look at it from both angles too, because like, for instance, the cutter, like you got to be able to cut on that first pitch, because if it's a strike and
Correct.
you take it, you're only psychos like Jimmy is cutting with 2 strikes, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
But so you're kind of pigeonholing a cutter with the 1-on-1 count to have him, that first high pitch that looks good enough to swing at for a strike. They're going to be swinging at that a lot when you're giving it to them, But with that 0-0, like you said, a lot of those guys just fucking take that first pitch, even though you're
or they hit
grooving
a
6
foul
feet and
ball,
perfect.
Take foul ball, take.
And like Jimmy said too, he's so right. Like they'll take the first pitch, almost always swing at the second one, almost always, no matter what. Could be worse than the first one, they still swing.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's fact.
But I definitely think any way of just any change is going to be good, right? It's going to be different. It's going to be new. I think the summer series stuff is really good. I really do. I think it's keeping people interested with stats and stuff, because a lot of these guys are dorks and they like their stats. So I mean, it's good to have that because it keeps people interested, keeps people wanting to go to the tournaments and be there for their plaque ceremony in October. They like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, and that is something that is good for the game, I think, right now. But I think getting new people in is what you need, man. You gotta get new blood. You just have to in any way, If you gotta cut it down to you gotta cut down the umpires to one umpire, and figure something else out, how to raise a little bit more money to give away bids to these tournaments that they're going to make the money back too, right, through concessions and all that when these teams all show up. If you can get 15 new teams for all the random tournaments throughout the next 2 years, I think that could be good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes a ton of sense. I'm just thinking like SSA wise or organization wise, all the stuff you're saying is great. I'm just thinking like, how do you implement it?
Well, even if you just get them to buy into the whole, hey, listen, if you could just cut the umpires down to the one, and they agree to do that, and then use the money that whoever's going to go to these parks and talk to these parks to help out with the association has that at their disposal to get to these parks, then that's fine. You can just do it that way. So you don't have to be involved. You just it's a suggestion, and if they're willing to use it and try it out for a year and just see what happens. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Some people in the chat were saying just start a new organization.
Yeah, go ahead. Good luck. Listen, it's not as easy as these guys are making it seem, or we're even making it seem, because it's not. Because Jim, I know you said you call these parks and talk. These parks do give these guys problems a lot. They do. They just do. Like, look at what happened in Schaumburg. Yeah. Can you imagine having a almost 40-team tournament for a fundraiser for a kid who's having issues, and you're no longer allowed to have a liquor license that day? I mean, how much of those proceeds is that kid going to lose now because that random park district decided to change it the Monday before? But like also too, like don't we have contracts for that, right? Like, don't you have like a contract with them that's
yes and no.
I mean, I guess it could just be like a handshake agreement, right, type deal. But still, I can't imagine. I can't imagine Scotty talking to me about it and then posting to have you ask me about it if it wasn't true, right? Like, I mean, Scotty's not a liar. I don't think he is. I think that they're telling the truth. It's just, how do you do that? Like, and how is that okay?
Yeah, no, it's a tough situation, I think too, and I'm sure Schaumburg maybe has a reason behind it too. So you don't know their spot.
Oh, right, yeah, of course. There's always two sides to every story, right? It just is what it is.
Right.
But still, I mean, especially because of the whole, I mean, but then again, like you let it go for a fundraiser tournament, then everyone else wants to know why you can't, you let it go for that person, then not me, I mean, I've never seen a liquor license at Schaumburg. Have you guys ever seen that? Yeah, I've never seen liquor at Schaumburg. Have you guys ever bought a beer at the Schaumburg complex? No. I haven't. I mean, I haven't, but I don't know.
So, but either way, I'm out of things to say. Donnie, you're out. Rich, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Obviously, this is great talks. We love doing this type of stuff.
Good stuff.
I appreciate everyone watching the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show. Obviously, sponsored by the Beacon Tap, Surfside Transportation Group. So, Rich, any last comments before we go?
Nope. All good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Richie, you were
Jim, see you tomorrow.
You're awesome, man. Like, just all the comments and stuff that people appreciate. Some of the things that you're talking about, just because you're very honest. And I think not a lot of people are brave enough to talk about it, but you come on here and you talk about it and you're honest, and it's great. Honestly,
I wish I could say thank you, but I mean I can't because just I don't have a choice. It just is what it is. It's how I am. It's not a facade. It's not a show. It's just what it is, right? Be honest and move on. You like it or you don't. See ya.
right. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yep.
Thanks again.
All right, Rich. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you. So Donnie, as we wrap down this final 60
Look at this.
seconds.
Look, this is it. This is the comment. That's it.
Yeah.
That's why we do this.
Yeah. Right.
Dude.
And that's a kid who I played with.
Brand new to the
Rocks.
game. He's trying to grow the game. This is it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Nick is an awesome kid.
This is it.
And,
this is why we do the show. People watching from the shower. This is it.
Oh,
Damn
yes, our boy. So I don't know. I'm kind of speechless, Donnie, for the first time
That's rare.
on the show. And all I want to say is that it was a great show, even though this was our longest show ever. This
True.
was also an incredible thought process and things that we should talk about. I just don't know where we go from here, and that's my question to you, right? That's the problem. Is we could say it, but how do we
does it get
actually
how does it get
implement and
received?
do it? Now, yes, I went to a board meeting. Okay, I've been there. We're running our own major event this year, right? Our goal was to get 16. We're close. Okay, first year doing it, we're close. Great payouts, great everything. We're close. But that's not really the reason why I wanted to do it, because it's something different for our game, different format, different process, different everything. Bring some fun. So the people that are going to be at the field on Saturday, I hope they have fun. That is the key. Dunk tanks, DJs, pizzas, concession stands, you name it, we're going to have it out there, right? I think the announcing of the game for the championship game over the microphone, I think is going to be pretty good too. Okay, so if you or I are not in it, and Steve Cashel will be joining Steve Cashel for that, I think that's going to be really cool, right? So, unfortunately, the Hawks announcer, the Hawks singer, will not be
he bailed?
there. No, we did not get a sponsor to afford them.
Damn.
And with all the teams that bailed, it kind of what came out of the budget. So if I'm able to get 4 more teams,
that sucks.
I will definitely be able to do it. And he's on call. Let's just say that. So no one stepped forward to sponsor it, and unfortunately, like I said, losing those 4 teams kind of hurt us. You know what I mean? That's almost, it was about what we were paying them. So, all in all, I think tonight was an incredible night. I think the guests were awesome. It felt like so long ago, but they were awesome.
It was.
I don't know. Just what do you think?
Man, it's like, I just mentioned it. Like the comments, the people that not only watch, but have the comfort to say how they feel while we're live is huge. Like someone's like just watching. So there were like 120 people watching at one point throughout all the platforms that we had on, to be like, hey, you know what? I strongly agree with this enough. I'm going to put something in there. Like that to me is super important. And that's the feedback that we, one, want to see. And two, need, like, look at this comment. Like if we did nothing else tonight, right? If we did nothing else and nothing came out of this right here is important because Carlos Roberto Rodriguez wants to play 16-inch softball this weekend. How do I play on a team this weekend? Now, someone could reach out and say, hey, listen, I run an A team. We're playing A Nationals. How can I get on a team? If nothing else comes from the show, that is the most important piece of this. So getting in A Nationals, getting in B Nationals, just being...
Well, he's talking about midsummer, I believe, right?
Could be, sure. Either way, the exposure to different tournaments.
Yeah.
He's Bobby.
Bobby.
Bobby
I play
who?
on Bobby. Laughing out loud. So,
Hold on.
but
either way, like someone else getting exposed to playing more ball.
The game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Splash, Bobby?
No,
I think it is.
probably.
See, there you go. Richie, be careful picking
There
up
you
an
go,
A player
Richie.
there. But that was fun, man. Thank you so much.
So, hey, that was a good night. I appreciate you, buddy. And I appreciate our sponsors and all the people sharing. Like I said, Donnie, we're going to push that. We're going to have everyone share everything that we do. So we want to share it. And then if there's teams out there that want their games live streamed, please let us know. We can set, you guys can set a phone up. We'll give you the login to our page, and Donnie and I, if we're available, we can announce it even though we're not at the game.
Yeah.
So as long as it's on the fence and we can see it, you know, it's possible. So, Donnie, that's it, my man. That's all I got.
That was fun. Jim, a pleasure
Yeah.
as always. Thank you guys for all the comments and stuff, and we'll see what goes on this weekend, but take care, man. It's good to see you.
I appreciate it. And we didn't even get into the midsummer lines.
Didn't even matter.
So maybe we'll post it. I'll post it on the page by Friday night just to throw it out there.
Sounds good. Later.
All right. I appreciate it, Donnie. Thank you guys for watching the Uncle Jimmy and Cousin Donnie show, sponsored by the Beacons app, Signature Transportation Group, Surfside, and the home of 16-inch softball bats, Cut Shot. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you.